Working. We are live!
Alrighty.
From the Dungeon Master's home, we are here.
Oh,
we are currently missing our Breton Ranger, Miss Sarah Frost, otherwise played by Kira. She will be showing up a little later. She's running late from class, but otherwise, we're here. We are all together, and hopefully everyone is ready and has pulled up their character sheets. I was like, I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I'm getting there.
All right.
Just getting
Cool.
our stream spread around.
All right. Everyone is shamelessly self-promoting themselves.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like-
for sure.
Yeah, we are
Absolutely.
putting ourselves out there in the cleanest sense possible.
To the shower before you came.
So no jokes about Hungarians and spreading.
I mean, you can say you're spreading jokes as much as you want. I enjoy your sharing and your spreading of the streams
boy.
over the past couple weeks.
That's.
Some good stuff.
I don't like that I can see myself. I'm just gonna keep getting distracted.
Well, stop looking. It's okay. I'm gonna close that frame here soon. You won't be able to see yourself.
Just give yourself an eye patch. Or I've got some like cardboard and tape. I'll make you some blinders.
Actually, I mean, I can barely see out of this eye anyway, so let's just.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get used to that
Let's give me
real
a
quick.
patch for reasons.
Oh, that's us. Okay, I don't want that sound. Nope.
Okay.
Well, at least we know the sound's working.
We're.
Hey!
We
So-
can do this.
So Evan,
What's up?
is it kind of my understanding that Dan's character last week was meant to be played by him that week, and then is
Alright,
from now
cool.
on technically an NPC?
He'll be in and out.
I'm not using.
Yep. Can you go ahead and close that door, by the way, just so we
Yeah, for sure.
don't get outside noise coming in. I actually need to get the
Or
window.
outside
Sorry.
noise going out.
Cool.
Oh.
We're
Did you
prepared.
need this light on or off, by the way?
Off. Off is better. We found. We decided because there was a lot of extra brightness coming at us. There we go. Lighting adjusted.
There we go.
Here we are. Beautiful. Love this.
Okay.
Tristan's freaking out, but it's okay.
I'm happy. I'm excited.
It's fun.
Good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
People can watch me be a nerd.
Sweet. All right.
Go off
I'm
the
gonna
top.
leave that, and it's gonna be good. So.
Go off the top with our legal stuff again, just to make sure we got our bases covered. First and foremost, this is set in an Elder Scrolls setting. Everything to do with the Elder Scrolls and the continent of Tamriel, all the cities therein, that is owned by Bethesda Softworks. I claim absolutely zero, ownership of that, and this is all just homebrewed within that setting. And 5th edition's Dungeons & Dragons is property of Wizards of the Coast. We have none of the actual game mechanics that we're playing on. That is all developed by some very smart people who know a lot more about developing tabletop games than me.
You can check the description of the video for all of those rights reserved.
Cool. So, I think that takes care of that. And last order of business, it's his birthday.
Yay!
Happy
birthday! Thanks, y'all.
I will be punishing him in game 26 times. So
Yep.
look forward to those.
It's gonna be great.
And then your cake is ready whenever you want it.
Thanks.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, should be
Okay. Cool. Insert rad intro that we don't have yet, but we're gonna have eventually.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that was actually really good. We just have you doing that in front of the camera.
Yeah, I've got a lot to do. It's fine.
We all do. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
It's new. It's
come along.
fresh. It's early.
It's
Yeah.
bandedly tastic.
Looking through my notes here to see if I can remember where I am. There we are. Okay.
Not
Cool.
Charlie, leave me alone.
Sorry, last night. Forget.
So, when we last left off, session 1 was pretty much just a lot of role-playing so that everybody could get into their characters, kind of get some ground there, understanding who they are, what their motivation is, why
Who
they're
am
acting
I?
for these cameras. Tristan's played enough D&D, he doesn't need that. Basically the crew went to Riften, where they'd been instructed to upon accepting their little billets handed out by the keepers of the Clockwork Wheel, where they met the Adventure Guild's leader, Samael Erushara, a very glib Dunmer, and he immediately walked them right out of the tavern that they met at down to the docks, where he had his ship, the Dawn Strider, moored, and they set out up river to get to sea, where they would head to Northpoint in High Rock. Out on sea, or along the river, the adventurers got to kind of explore the ship they were on a little bit, and found it to be a little unconventional, as Sam would like it said. Going through some dimensional shifts whenever they tried to walk downstairs.
Or up them.
Yep, or up them, or around them. So, with that being said, that's pretty much it, and we can hop into tonight's session, yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, like I said, we were all heading up river northwards to get onto the Sea of Ghosts before we can head west towards Northpoint. It is west. Samael just doesn't know his directions. And the Dunroom is...
Or is the direction of, as Kenneth so pointed out last session.
Are we actually going north? I'm gonna look at my compass.
You have all been headed north and actually have started to turn west out into the Sea of Ghosts after passing Windhelm and headed along the border waters of Skyrim.
Alright guys, it's gonna get to be some rough seas up here. Be prepared, I don't know what's gonna be in these waters nowadays. Don't trust anything this guy tells you.
Are we at the morning after?
It
Night
is
before?
basically
Or night before?
noon-ish. Sun's up high in the sky. You've been out on the water and awake for a little bit during the day.
I just remember going to bed at the end of last session.
Yep.
So
On your boat-shaped boat. On your boat-shaped bed.
Boat-shaped.
Your boat-shaped boat.
Boat-shaped boat.
boat bar.
So yeah, Samael has told you that it's going to be about a week of travel to get to Northpoint.
We have enough fish, right? Should somebody go fishing again?
I mean, I got a bunch.
I know.
So we probably
We're
should
probably
get
good.
to.
Yeah. Cool.
Whereabouts is everybody
Rations.
on the boat? Just so I can get an idea. Do you need me to go and grab my little reference model, or?
I believe I'm in my own quarter. Yeah, in my.
You're still down in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this going off of last time?
Yeah, it's going off of last time, not necessarily to the minute. It's about noon the next day.
Okay.
We're gonna need to increase the volume.
Okay.
Good game.
Technical difficulty time. Hold on a second.
Apparently, our volume output is
I get
relatively low.
Pardon my
Is it
tummy.
That says technical difficulties.
I'm gonna start writing down things that we need to add.
Only 6 seconds. Only 6 seconds.
Anything before the 1920s should be good.
There.
Buddy?
I don't.
Well, that's copyright law.
Yeah.
Oh.
We do have a be right back screen, so
Fucking nerd.
that's nice
Well, why
for
aren't
if
we
when we
doing
need to take a break.
Why
Yeah,
aren't
no,
we
that'll be
doing
good.
technical difficulties?
I don't have it built yet. Okay.
Okay. I turned it up about 30%.
30% more. Okay, great. Hopefully Josh will let us know if that's better or not.
Great.
So,
Cool. So yeah, it's about noon the day after. I'll just go fetch the Dawn Strider so you guys have it. I can set it over here.
oh, the Dawn Strider. He's got it built.
Yeah.
He's got it all built. We do actually. Also, we have a map laid out on the table in front of us here. I know you guys can't see it, but we can see it, and
It looks
hopefully
dope, I
you
promise.
can use your imagination. Yes, it's built out of Legos and pieces of cardboard.
I'll see if I have an extra camera.
Here it is.
I don't know if I have an extra USB port. I think I do.
We can
Give
figure
it
it
a
out.
smile.
Here.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
I think she's gonna be posting
warm
that, commenting on the.
I don't think I can post it in a comment, but I can definitely post it to the page.
Yeah, put up the page, and that will be complimentary. Yes, something. It'll be something. I don't know.
So this is the demonstrator down here.
Great.
You can probably barely see it. Basically, this is the fore, this is the aft.
Yeah, we can see the crow's nest in frame. That's it.
No.
Cool. It's something.
Yeah.
All right, it's better now. Hey, volume's better.
Good.
Great. Love that. Thank you so much for letting us know.
So yeah, that's the ship. Kind of figure out where you are because
I'm in the hold.
you're still down in the underdecks.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around the whole magic boat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember getting sent back in time instead of going to my current home.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like in my home from like when I was 6.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
What are you up to, Kenneth?
I don't know where I said I fell asleep. If I did, but I would probably just be in the crow's nest.
Up in the crow's nest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be at the bottom of the crow's nest, impatiently pacing back and forth.
Okay.
Why?
In that case,
I
can
hate being on a fucking boat.
That's 2-minute mark. Good.
oh yeah, well past.
Yeah. No, we're at almost 12 minutes in now. So.
In that
Love you
case,
guys.
can I get perception checks from Kenneth and Zalzich?
Perception?
Perception, yeah.
Oh boy. I love the perception stuff.
9.
Okay.
I am. Oh! Actually,
Make yours an advantage because you're in the crow's nest. Sorry.
10.
10. Okay.
18.
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
A little bit.
It's hard with the naked eye, but looking out, you see what might be another ship off towards the horizon, kind of a little bit to the north and east of you, but definitely cutting in a little bit because you've kind of been like looking out and you've noticed it farther and farther and now a little bit closer. And now that it's a little bit closer, you can see that it might be in the shape of a smaller, like, slip.
In my navigator's tools, would I have a little?
A spyglass?
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. I would have to... It doesn't list it?
You don't have.
Spyglasses are a separate item.
Yeah, I think they're separate. Because, like, the navigator's tool would just be, like, a compass.
This guy, I mean, if he's a real sailor, would probably have a spyglass in his
Semi-elf?
quarters.
Yeah. You can probably go ask him for sure.
I'm gonna yell down at Zalzich and just be like, I see another ship. Don't know if it's friendly or not. Go get a. I keep wanting to call it a periscope.
Telescope?
Yeah.
Spyglass.
Go get Go get the spyglass from Sam.
On it.
Toss it up. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Bring it up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to where Samael hid himself last time in the little captain's cabin.
Ding dong!
On
A challenger approaches. I'm gonna do that every time it ding dongs.
Hiya.
There she
The
is.
challenger approaches.
We have Kira now.
What if I
Yay.
get to my spot?
We lost Aurora.
No,
Fuck.
because I'm feeling sick, and so you would be in direct path of vomit to the bathroom.
Also, you forfeited your spot by being late. I'm kidding.
No,
It wasn't your fault.
Is this
You
my
forfeited
spot?
your spot to the cat. For
Yeah,
being
well,
late.
that's not new, so.
It's his birthday.
I know! Happy birthday! Yay! Birthdays.
Oh.
So mad. Wow.
It was the weakest protest meow I think I've ever heard.
Especially from Honey. He's normally so loud. So yeah, you head back to Samael's captain's cabin.
I'm gonna pound on the door. Like I'm just going straight for.
Oh.
Just slam it away. Okay.
Great.
It's super effective.
The door like opens almost immediately on the third hit.
Yeah, I know.
Are the cameras still okay? Or?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
They're just a little wobbly.
Sorry, I won't do that again.
Sorry.
I'll have to get a better table.
Nah, it's fine. We'll get some foam buffers or something.
So yeah, on the third knock, it like actually kind of opens a little bit, and you see a very confused Samael standing there at his desk. His hat is off, so you see just a very long, like white streaks of hair.
I need a spyglass.
Okay. That's why you hit the door so hard.
Yes, there's another ship. It's kind of important.
Sure. Another ship. Oh. Well, shit. He snatches his spyglass up from where it's at, close by, and runs out to the.
No, I said give that to me.
Oh, all right. Here.
Take it from him and then try and run past him back into the crow's nest to the person I trust.
Okay, he starts like walking up in the air.
What a dick.
Well, that works.
Gets there like as you're like going up the crow's nest, you notice him like just kind of levitating upwards past you.
Whatever.
So he's there holding on to like the side of the crow's nest.
Grab it with urgency. You know.
Agency or urgency?
Yes.
Both?
Urgency.
The challenger reappears. Returns? I don't know.
I might need to head out because I'm having a lot of problems with my asthma.
No.
That's okay. Okay. It's
Do you need
it's
an
more
inhaler?
your health
I
is
have
more
my
important.
I was gonna say, I got one too. Throw all the inhalers at her.
I just didn't like.
Lionel's got an inhaler, right?
Sorry, I feel bad.
No.
It's all right.
So
No,
If it's
that is
just
a
like-
medical issue.
I was
No,
like,
don't
This is
worry
more
about
important than
that.
just like straight up not showing up. It's fine.
yeah, it was just like I was looking at the air quality and I'm like moderate. And I was like, fuck. Oh, sorry for the people of Facebook.
Doesn't matter. Honestly, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a bit too late anyways.
Yeah.
I think I was the one to break it this time.
Better than the DM in the first like 30 seconds.
That was hilarious.
Okay, so yeah, looking out through the spyglass, you definitely get a better look. Give me another perception check, just to see.
19.
19.
Yeah.
Right on. So yeah, it is much more clear now, especially looking through the glass. It's definitely a ship, and give me a intelligence check with proficiency added.
For sure. I'll do that before I ask questions. Intelligence with proficiency.
Mhm.
-1 + 2.
So +1.
That's a 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. That's still enough. Basically, just to see if you knew like what kind of ship you were looking at. It's a 2-sail slip, so it's meant to go very, very fast. Hey, Allison.
Allison,
Feel better?
thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
If you want to try to Skype in, let me know. I might be able to figure something out with this. So.
Okay.
Drive safe.
Oh, crap. I hope I don't get caught in everything. We're trying.
Actually, what would be beautiful is if somebody has a spare laptop and we can Skype her and put her where she would be. That'd be the easiest way to do it. So,
I do have one, but it's horrible on latency.
Yeah.
Probably a bad idea. Cool.
yep, that's fine.
Rewinding. It's a 2-sail slip, so it's meant to be a fast mover. It's not flying any colors.
It's just wait.
Yeah, just the sails. There's no flag up or
Okay.
anything.
But the sails are just like canvas white or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are in full swing.
What is it coming at us?
Yes, it is approaching you. It's still a good like, probably.
Any crew?
Not that you can see from this distance. It's still like, probably almost 5-6 nautical miles off. Like it's way the hell out there, but you can just see it on the horizon, kind of deal.
Okay. What's the type of ship again?
Slip.
And it's off to which direction?
It's northeast of you, kind of closing in at a southwest bank to come in line with you is what it looks like from the facing of the prow.
Alright. Well then I'm going to yell, "There's a slip about 5 miles out, starboard side." And then I'll point right side to starboard and port is left.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'll like let everybody know and just say like, "It's coming right at us." Could I be able to project, what am I trying to say? Like figure out if we're going to intersect at any point?
It's like a little bit too far off to tell.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely warn everybody.
Just like basic knowledge of sailing, you know that thing's going to be a little bit faster than what you guys are on.
Yeah.
You're on a big old schooner, so it's like, you know, kind of like a passenger transport is what yours is. This is meant to be a fast-moving kind of deal.
All right. Well, I'll definitely warn everybody that there's a ship coming.
Okay, so they are in actually other planes of existence right now.
So that's how it works.
Oh boy. Well,
So-
did you climb up the crow's nest?
I did.
Okay.
And now you
I'm on the
shouted.
deck.
I was trying to
You're
grab
on
my
the deck
charger.
still, right?
This is the
I was
next
trying to
day.
grab
You
it and
went
it went
to.
farther away.
Oh, we all went to our rooms.
Yeah, so it's what would you be doing around this time?
Sorry. Thank you. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Did the stream
Huh?
die?
Oh no. It was distracting me, so I turned the screen off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair.
Please do that.
But yeah, so then I will tell you guys, you and
Sam, who's like kind of hanging off the side of the crow's nest, levitating.
to go
Who are you?
warn. Oh, actually, I'm gonna tell you to go wake everybody up and let them know, and I'm going to ask Sam and just say like, you know, do you normally come into interaction with other sailors on the seas out here?
Well, I checked the Windhelm charters, and nothing should have been coming from that direction. And based on what I know of Northpoint, most of that's actually business with Solitude. So seeing it this far along the east of the coast is unusual.
Is there much pirate activity out here in these waters?
Well, some.
Or
By the
be honest with me. Just me and you here. Are you bored? Do you?
Me?
Yeah.
No! I make way too much money doing what I actually like doing.
Alright. But do you think these guys are pirates?
Could I? Samuel takes a look out.
Kira, if you want to.
Where was it again?
Yeah,
You
am I
can't.
not in?
I mean, you are, but if you
Stop
want to
aside.
have more space for
About
yourself on the
5
table.
You have the
nautical
whole
miles,
side.
I believe.
Right, like exactly due north or.
Northeast. About whatever direction.
I know, you're only my friend when I have food.
Sorry, I don't see a damn thing.
Blind as a bat, my friend. Well,
It's
you
a
go
little
down there and
way
warn all
out.
the guys. Seems like I'm in charge of this ship now.
You're doing a great job in the crow's nest. Hold on to this. You can add a spyglass to your
Ye-
inventory.
Cool.
Woohoo! Sorry.
Does this ship look like it has cannons?
The Dog Strider?
Yeah.
Yes.
Word.
Yeah, you saw them when you come on. So it's got like 2 railguns on either side of the aft, and it's got 3 line guns on both the port and starboard sides.
Cool. The only other thing that I would want to know, and actually, you know what? I'll figure that out later once we all convene.
Okay.
So, whatever you're doing, and we're
So Zalzeech, how would you like to go about finding the rest of the party?
Yeah, that's an excellent
Arcana
question.
checks.
See, I can do those. That's not bad. Yeah, not, I guess, fully understanding the nature of this magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go down below. Well, first, is anybody else on the deck?
Has anybody else come up yet?
No, I feel like I'm still.
You're still down.
Yep, I'm still in my own world.
You're clueless. Are you still down?
Mm-hmm.
And are you
I'm-
still?
I'm
below deck?
sleeping
Okay.
in my quarters.
Okay. So, seeing nobody on the deck, I'm gonna start going below decks. Yeah, just thinking about finding my crew. Finding the people I met.
Okay. Anyone in particular that comes to mind first?
The blumbering idiot that tripped over my friends.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Wait, that's me.
This die's going to dice jam. 7.
7.
no.
And Arcana's my proficiency.
Oh god.
Okay.
Level 1.
Uh, so thinking very, very hard about that stumbly little Breton girl that you met the other day.
Thanks.
You go below decks, and you ended up in the Bee and Barb, shaped like a boat. And you're kind of watching it in rerun almost of Asya like stumbling through the door, face planting, hitting the ground, coming back up, and just like in a loop of that. Basically, you're like,
And then you die laughing.
It's my birthday. Roll a Constitution saving throw to not go into a laughing fit.
so yeah, that's what you're seeing right now.
Oh, man. I'm gonna.
You're gonna what?
I don't know.
I'm gonna find out.
What? Excuse me?
Charlie might.
Yeah.
She tried. Didn't work.
There were things.
I'm gonna keep going down decks.
Okay.
Thinking about the same thing, trying to find Asya first.
Okay. Make another Arcana check as you go down one more level.
Not you. Not that one.
I'm sorry.
It is completely
I'm
your fault
sorry.
for using them.
Here.
That's better. 15.
That'll do. So yeah, this time as you are headed down,
Have
Setting.
plenty.
it's still boat shaped once again, but it's in the kind of visual aspect of a chantry, a chantry of the divines. So very, well cobbled stonework, well masoned, and very like kind of austere of the setting. And it seems, from what you can tell looking out the window, to be in High Rock. And down at the hallway's end, the boat hallway's end, thinking about Asya seems to be where the bending of everything is leading you.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow that, looking for her.
Okay.
My eyes out.
So
Lovely. Dear, and start shaking her as I approach.
Oh!
Do I look scared?
Oh, you just surprised me.
Okay. We need everybody on deck. I need you to help me to get the others.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Do you know where they are?
Well, you found me.
Fuck you. Okay. I'm gonna think about the really, really rude one
okay.
and continue downwards.
Okay. Give me another Arcana check And as you get out of bed, Asya, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yes.
25 more of these.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
19.
That's enough. What'd you roll?
5.
Oh god.
That is not enough.
Nope.
Okay, so Zelzich disappears down the stairs, and as you're trying to get out of bed to follow, start getting yourself put together, your foot is stuck in the blankets, and trying to go forward, it just keeps staying right there, and yeah, you go ass up real fast. Hit the ground.
You're super graceful,
Yep.
But at least Zelzich wasn't around to see that.
Hey!
Finally.
This time.
Just some more of those apparitions of the, nuns of the chantry that just kind of are staring for a minute before continuing on with their rosaries in hand.
Your friends just saw you do that.
I'm gonna head up towards the...
You're going upwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I believe I was on the first floor, so...
Remind me,
I think I'm on the deck
Sarah, where you were?
I'm sleeping in my quarters. I don't...
Right. What?
Actually, you know what? I don't think I ever made it. When we ended, I think I was still on deck.
Were you still on deck?
I think so. So if we,
Okay.
if you ended it we all went to bed, then I'm in bed, but I don't know where that is, so...
Where would Sarah want to be?
Probably something similar to her cabin that she calls home in the woods.
Minus the Arcana check, because I can't assume that passed. Zelzich, you are now in the middle of the woods. Some boat-shaped woods. And in the clearing, it's basically like a boat-shaped clearing, and spreading out all around you is this line of trees. And there in the middle is Sarah. It's about noon, but...
Oh, I'm sleeping at noon.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping at noon.
Yeah, I think.
Time is weird.
It's pretty close to my character, though.
Yeah. So it's like brilliant noonday sun, and she's still just passed out on a rock.
Holding
This is
a dagger.
beautiful. I'm gonna walk up and shake her awake as well.
I sit up real quick and get my dagger ready to strike something. And what's going on?
Everybody's needed on deck. It's really important.
Okay.
You can put that away. Ain't no harm. They come in peace.
Can you make another perception check for me, Kana?
We need help finding the rest of them if you want, but everybody's needed on deck immediately. It's an emergency.
Okay, I'll follow you.
The ship has gotten a little bit closer.
Just a little bit.
Just
Just.
No. Back you.
I wish you know what
Well,
little quote that.
This time, has Asya come up?
Yeah, Asya would have come up.
Yeah, I'm on deck now.
Okay. Well... She's taking too long. I need you to wake up your other... everyone else.
Are you yelling that to me?
Yeah.
Can you yell
Sorry.
that to me?
I don't know where the fuck Zelzich got lost there, but we need all hands on deck right now. There's a ship coming.
Oh, okay. I'll turn back down and I'll see if I can find Sarah.
You're looking for Sarah too?
Yeah.
Give me another...
She's my first impulse. Come
give
on.
me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
I'm her
about
role
you.
model.
Sorry.
You are.
Strong north. Alright, cool.
It's gonna be a 9.
God.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Better
you
than 5.
come down into what looks to be a segment of the Deadlands, shaped like a boat. But this is Marin's Dagon's Plane of Oblivion, is
Oh,
what
shit.
you know the Deadlands to be. And it's like these very, very red with black clouds and purple lightning skies. The landscape is basically shattered and broken magma and rocks. And sitting on one of those rocks with a massive book in front of her, Tristan, could you please introduce your character to us?
Alright. So first, tiny little Altmer child, like, hunched over, but if they were to stand up, they'd be less than 5 feet tall, just under 5 feet.
As an Altmer?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, tiny.
Oh, jeez.
Like, massive. Book is massive. It's already a massive book, and it's even bigger. They're got really pale white skin, and almost bleached white hair. You can't really see her face at the moment. She's got these long robes, these very baggy robes that look burned and cut up in multiple places. Along with the hair, it looks like oddly chopped, uneven, and pointy ears. Yeah. Big old backpack that actually is oddly spotless with lots of stuff
Do we know your name?
tied into it. Not at the moment.
Okay.
So I am very familiar that this would be, knowing what I know, the plane
Oh,
of
yeah.
Marin's Dagon.
Oh yeah, you immediately recognize the Deadlands when you see them shaped like a boat.
Okay, I'm gonna instinctively grab my shield off my back and pull my mace from my hip.
Okay.
Yep. What color are the robes that you're wearing?
They're like dirty gray.
Okay.
Very.
What you looking at me for?
They
You
are
just
very
got a book?
Yep. Big old, massive, like twice as big as this.
It's like a 10-pound tome, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like huge, stupidly huge.
Okay.
I love it.
That's what I think about this situation. Okay.
Where's Sam at this point?
Sam has been up with you on the crow's nest,
Okay.
still hanging on there. He's been like,
Daedra, are you real?
So they're gonna get up, start slowly walking towards you.
Stay back.
Instantly, you notice striking purple eyes. This is the main thing, and they're just gonna press their hand against
I'm
your chest.
gonna fuck out. You're not saying anything. You're just walking towards me.
No, they're in awe, so they're like nervously happy. Because I remember what happened when we tried to fight people here earlier. So, just if you let me actually press against you,
I mean, I'm. You'll probably press against my shield.
that works too.
it is definitely there.
Yeah, I'm going to instinctively push my shield back. The shield bash with a short little gasping scream.
A strength attack.
Should we just make opposed athletics checks at this point?
No, it is just a straight up strength attack.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
like kind of like an unarmed strike kind of
Yep.
thing, or okay. That would be. I don't think. Oh wow, I do have good modifiers. Yay, cleric. 11.
Yeah. Right on the money.
So yeah, you like reach out, touch the shield, boom.
Follow my ass.
Does what's your strength modifier?
Oh sweet Jesus Christ.
Just
That's too
one?
much- That is
I
too
don't
much
think
damage.
I don't think it's very high.
That is too much damage.
Yeah, it's just one.
1. Okay, so it's 1 plus 1 is 2 damage.
Great. I am at. Fuck.
You should have said something, man.
I don't care. Low wisdom. I intelligence. Low wisdom.
5 full hit points.
Wait, are we both playing young female characters?
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. Maybe. Still deciding on mine.
Okay,
But.
let it be ambiguous.
Ow! Not cool. No. Yes, I'm real.
I can tell. I can see that. Stay back. And I menacingly point my mace at you.
I'm menacingly point my stick.
What? Why don't you have?
Why are you real?
What kind of a stick is that?
It's a quarterstaff.
What are you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like just a
Like,
quarterstaff.
shouldn't that? You're not very menacing for a Daedra.
Bloomin' Daedra. Why are you here?
If you're not a Daedra, then what are you? Why are you in Marin's Dagon's plane?
Because I've been here for like a week. It's comfy.
What's wrong with you?
Because I can I can't actually touch the lava without it hurting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can do this.
I don't know why, but that makes sense.
Yeah, nothing about this makes sense. I agree. Show me how to get out.
Are you threatening me?
I will if I have to.
I-
I want to get out of this place. I
Fine,
hate
but
it.
you're going first.
Fine by me.
I'm just gonna slowly, like, walk around. Like my shield up, like.
Fine. I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
pack
circle
our
each other.
Put
I'd be like, up.
up where?
The stairs.
There's not normally stairs.
We're on a boat!
You do not see any stairs, Tristan.
Yes.
I'm gonna orient them in the direction, have them in between me and the stairs, and just like,
That's what I'm gonna
That
go with.
way.
I'm gonna go with them.
Okay.
Oh, you're that.
So do you walk forward based on
Sure. I want to get out.
where you can see the stairs that would lead up?
uh,
She just walks straight through them.
No stairs. Remember?
that's not supposed to happen. Okay. Well, Daedra, thing, person, are you a... Can I roll perception to see what they are?
Yeah.
And see if I can find out.
Fucking hell.
Hold on. What's my perception modifier? Give me a second.
Better be high.
Oh yeah, that's not bad actually. More than I thought. 12.
12?
Oh, never mind.
Looks like a little Altmer girl. Boy.
Albino.
Maybe.
You're shorter than you should be.
Albino Altmer.
Yep. It's
I'm
yeah.
well aware.
How old are you?
Oh, 14.
You're a 14-year-old high elf. Okay. Great. Well, I'm Asya.
I'll set.
Are you? I don't think so. You've been here a while.
Yes. I think I remember my name though.
Which was...
I'll set.
Wait, that's actually your name.
Yes. There's a lot of weird stuff that's happened in my life.
Like
Please
this
go with it.
included. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
I've been here about a
I'm
month.
gonna walk up to the nearest soul gem or the one that is near the staircase.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna try to, I guess, attune the soul gem to
You. Or where you're at
or where I'm at. I'll offer my hand first to Alset, and so that way we're physically connected before I attune to the soul gem.
I want
to sort of
both
get
of
a
you
sense.
to give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
And he kept trying to take it from me.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
He's like, is that true? Wait, that's not true.
17.
10.
10?
Thank
Landed on
God.
a 2?
No, I landed on a 3.
Okay. So 10 and 17?
Whoa,
Yeah.
do you have a magic arcana book?
No, it's just a +7 in Arcana.
What the hell? Oh, high elf. Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
High intelligence.
Yep.
So yeah, as you grasp hands and you kind of like give a little like half-hearted surge of magical forethought, Asya is able to kind of like push a little bit of her magicka into this soul crystal, and where she was trying to point you before, sure enough, there's a staircase all of a sudden.
I'm gonna tentatively like put my foot on it, kind
Physical.
of like the nice. I'm going first.
What?
I'm
Okay.
gonna run.
Okay,
Great. I'll just peek my head and just follow up.
Asya, give me another dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, yes! I hope you can count.
Oh, I am. I'm actually putting it in the chat.
You can just not put it in chat. That was a 2.
2. Yep, 2.
Yep.
Dice.
Yep. Hey, I'm rolling good for the stuff that matters. The dex saves. I want to fail those.
Upwards,
honestly.
you actually like completely misstep and kind of stub your toe
Aw.
and fall not backwards but forwards, and then realizing that you have stepped on your cloak, go backwards, straight on your bum.
Oh, that's
Looking up the stairs. Give me a perception check, please. What? All set was the characters?
I'll set.
All set. Okay, give me a perception check.
ALSET.
Yep. She's all set. They're all set.
7.
You just ran up the
Yeah.
stairs. Yep. Okay.
I want to see the sun. I want to breathe fresh air.
So you two were heading up to deck, or
Yeah,
Yeah, she's leading up the deck.
okay. So as you're going up, a little gray blur just past you up the stairs.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was real.
I saw it.
So, are you four on deck now?
She is, and they have just kind of started to crest the stairs. You can just see their heads coming up the hatchway.
And where's Asya?
I'm coming up,
Getting off her
slowly
butt.
behind
I
and
was gonna say.
rubbing my rump.
Cool. Sorry. Nobody grabbed the big guy? There's a big guy? Go
Okay.
get him!
So it didn't get finished, but so she was on. I went down to the 3rd floor to get her. I went down to get her. So I was going to think of the humble one, the nice, soft one that's very quiet, the big one.
Okay.
As I was interchanging those 2 rooms upwards.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought you were a
Okay.
paladin. What are you?
A fighter.
Fighter.
Okay. I'm gonna cast the deck.
Give me another Arcana check then.
11.
That's just enough.
Yay!
So yeah, as you are heading upwards, this little gray streak goes past you on the staircase, because you're starting to kind of get the sense that the staircase is more or less rooted in the same place, and then what spreads out around it. You good?
Seasickness is getting me, I'm sorry.
What spread out around it is the changing. So yeah, you still see that little gray blur go up. And what materializes for you is kind of this little boat-shaped slice of Windhelm's countryside with a little cottage there. And Sarah, do you keep going up, or do you?
Yeah, I'll go up to deck.
Do I see him immediately, or?
You see kind of the facade of the cottage.
Okay, I'm gonna start looking around this room to see if anybody was here.
Okay.
Or is here.
Yeah, so you go up, and the door is kind of ajar a little bit, and there are big footprints in the snow.
I'm gonna open it. It's ajar.
Opens
I'll open
up, and it's a very warm, cozy living space, currently empty, except for I'm guessing you're a snorer. Is there
Actually,
anyone
I'd
a
be
snore?
probably at the fire.
Except for a large Nordman in Legionnaire armor sitting at a fire.
Oh, good. You're up. We need you on deck.
Where'd you come from? What's going on?
All hands on deck. There's another ship incoming.
Okay, I'll follow you.
We're needed. Yeah, simple as that.
Are we,
I don't know.
Are we leaving
Where did any of this come
the
from?
Imperial below decks? You forgetting about
Altmer child.
Them.
The NPC?
Which?
Aurora?
Oh, Aurora?
Yeah. Just for the
Oh,
sake of
yeah.
continuity.
Just for the sake, I'll say that you grabbed her on the way up. She's been passed out across a countertop, very
Honestly,
sad
we could just
looking
say they
because
can't
there
wake
was
up.
no mead there that she could have, and you see her bag of ale holding kind of slumped down around the top of the cask, which is mostly empty, and she is just out. So she's actually gonna stay in her cabin.
Unconscious state.
I try to wake her up and it just doesn't work, so I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's you try to shake her and you end up just kind of pushing yourself away.
Who knows? Maybe that gray blur is a superhero. Good enough.
Yeah, so I'm bringing Arbjorn up to deck.
Cool. So at that point, everybody who is sitting at my table is on deck.
Them.
Yay!
As you come up, you notice a gray-robed girl who was not there yesterday.
Who are you?
real, for one. I'm guessing you are.
That's not her name, though.
It's great.
It's really confusing.
I'll set.
Set.
I'll set.
Where did you come
A lot of places. What'd you say?
I found her in the boat.
Boat for the past month. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Sam,
like it.
Yes.
do you know about the Altmer child?
I didn't know it was possible to have a stowaway on a ship like this.
His boat?
Yes. Well,
I'm
it's the
gonna climb
Soul
up
Gems
to him.
boat, technically.
I'll find the Soul Gem later. I'm climbing up to him.
Okay, he's just kind of hanging up there at the
You
crow's
said
nest.
he's like kind of next to the crow's nest.
He's basically hanging onto it with levitation, just
Like-
holding on to keep pace.
If you're climbing up, I would like at this point be like, say something like, "Hey, there's a ship. We need you down there. I don't care who the hell you are. We need you to fight.
I'm gonna find
This
you
is
later.
urgent."
Okay, I'll go back down.
from?
Make another perception check for me.
I don't need to die right now.
9.
You're unable to find the ship on the horizon.
Shit. All right. Well, I need to. Sam, however this thing works, we need to.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I'm fucking fine.
Okay. I'm just worried about you, that's all.
Well, if you
You should be worried about your own ass. Get over onto that cannon over there.
the guns will take care of themselves. It'd be probably better for most of this crew to be prepared.
All right. Well, fucking do that then.
Be prepared for what?
Here.
Well, we spotted apparently a ship off on the horizon. It wasn't flying any colors, but north of Skyrim there are sometimes pirates. His voice is magically amplified as if it's coming right next to you, even though you see him like way up there, probably a good 120 feet in the air. But it sounds like it's coming right next to you. Well, like I said, Kenneth saw something on the horizon. I didn't have eyes on to confirm, unfortunately. So we've been, watching, waiting, a little bit more watching. We're sure it was there.
How much time has passed since like I first saw this ship?
About 15 minutes.
Okay, and I mean like in boat speed terms, like this thing was 5 nautical miles away. How long would I expect it to take to move that fast and to get over to us? I just don't know boat stuff.
Boat is close.
I'm going to say, based on your rate of travel against theirs, and moving along, your estimate was that it would be about 30 minutes to 45 minutes by the time it would have caught up to you.
Okay. Well then, just prepare yourselves for a fight. We should be getting into a scuffle here pretty soon, if what I think is going to happen is correct. But, I don't... Alright, was I looking in the same direction when I looked earlier?
Yeah, it's like you used it as a bead, but just looking through your telescope, you weren't able quite to find it again.
I'm just gonna walk the perimeter of the ship and look out and see if I can see any ships anywhere.
Give me a perception check.
No.
I'll follow Marcia's so I can also keep an eye on learning this new ship too.
8? Don't see anything. Seems like you're alone out here. The only thing that you really see are like ice floats on the north side.
Can I look too?
Sure. Perception check.
I think he's going great.
That's a 0.
You see water.
Whoa! Really?
I'll look as well.
Are we at full
16.
sail or whatever?
Oh, yeah. You guys have been going.
As fast as we can. pretty
Full
much.
temporal shifting.
Oh, I don't know that yet.
Yeah. Looking out, you're not able to make out anything.
With a 16?
Yeah, you can see like pretty far out there some good-sized ice floats, and along the coastline, you notice that, kind of looking up, it's very craggy cliffs on the northern coast of Skyrim, but you can make out like a carriage going along out there.
Well, I mean, if I can, I would look out again to be like, am I going fucking crazy? And then I would just, grab a rope and kind of slide down pretty much and be like, if I thought I saw something, but, that all just depends on if I make another check. Or
Are we
something
close
like
enough to the cliffs that someone in the carriage could jump down into our ship?
Oh god, no.
Okay. Just being prepared.
That would be a very dangerous ride.
Even without magic. Or even
No,
with
you guys are about like probably 1,000 feet out from the cliffs.
Are we still going like 20 miles an hour?
No, you guys are going pretty fast now. Yeah, it was just like that slower speed while you guys were on the river.
Okay.
And it's not 20 miles an hour, it's more like 20 knots. Like, not super fast.
Still.
Just as the river goes.
Oh, still.
But yeah, now you're moving at a pretty good full sail clip.
Would my
These are
knowledge of the area
intercept
give me the insight to pirate ships in the make of the region?
Yeah, actually it would. Give me, if you're wanting to think about that, go ahead and do a history check with, call yourself proficient on it. So you add your proficiency bonus to it too.
15.
15? So yeah, you do know that anything really that's going to be on the, this side of Windhelm.
Because I got a -1 for history.
Oh.
Proficiency +2, right?
Gotcha. You're dumb like me.
Dumb and strong.
15's more than enough though. So you know that based on where you guys are at, you're a little ways to the west of Windhelm at this point. Because you had to come up along the river and then sail out and around. So it's one of those like, it's pretty well protected waters because Windhelm, like without trade, Windhelm would not have stayed as prominent as it was for as long as it did. So they do make a pretty good point of having like some kind of close cliff patrol. So really the most daring are going to be Dunmer and Red Guard sailors. And the Red Guards are the more crazy of the bunch. Because ones that come all the way up and around, usually from like Stros Mackay is where a lot of pirates will sail from.
So they would have distinctive makes of ships that wouldn't look
Yes.
like the Nords.
Yes.
So I asked you, Kenneth, did you notice the make of the ship?
It was a slip. Would that be what you're asking, or
Then I would ask, did it look like any of the ships from the port? Like the make?
It was a little bit too far out for you to quite get details to that minutia. Because it was, way out there, basically on the horizon. To the naked eye, it's a miracle that you saw it at all, but through the telescope, even, it was like, you saw mostly water with like a 2-sail slip. So yeah,
Well, by those odds.
the Elfique has joined the party.
Yeah, I really couldn't get a great look at it. It disappeared on the horizon. But yeah, if it's not there anymore and we don't see it, then I would say, I thought I saw something. Maybe it's out there, maybe it's not.
I'd still say it's
Maybe
best for us
be
to
prepared. I don't know. I'm gonna still keep watch up there. Go about your business. I'll sound the horn if I see it again.
Wait, I'm gonna keep trying to figure out why this ship looks really weird.
Oh yeah.
Different ship.
Seeing it.
To elucidate for you what the Dawn Strider looks like. It's like a midnight blue wood with like gold trim set out anywhere that there would be like trim, and then the rails and stuff are like very, very bright burnished mahogany.
Just to let everyone know, we are at 1 hour
Yeah.
for stream time. I don't know what we wanted to think about for breaks or short pauses in the game.
Probably do halfway at like an hour and a half or 2
An hour
hours.
and a half. Okay, cool.
Cool. Well, this place looks different. I don't like it.
At which point
weird.
Samael floats down. Yes, I'm sure it does. Again, I didn't know we could have stowaways on a ship like this. How'd you
I don't
manage
know.
that one?
I don't know. I was going to the Black Marsh, and suddenly I wake up in some cliffside, and I'm trying to navigate my way out. I've just been going all over Tamriel, all apparently throughout the plains of Oblivion.
That one strikes a little bit more, perhaps.
I don't like it.
Alcio, I'm taking it you found this one.
Yes.
Which plane of Oblivion?
Marin's Dagon.
Oh, the Deadlands!
Yeah.
Terrible place. I didn't know I had a connection there. Interesting.
Well, it's a lot nicer when you don't die, and you're not hungry or thirsty.
Right, because
Do
it's
you
locked out
have-
of time.
Yes. No, well, if we count before whatever happened, she's blaming me for this. Sorry. I had pretty much just eaten dinner and then just went to bed.
Oh.
So I'm good for the moment.
We have plenty of fish.
Great.
Yep.
Can't wait for that. Honestly, I've been needing to eat more fish. Anyways, why am I here?
My guess would be, are you... Oh, yes, you are magically apt.
Quite.
His eyes kind of like, they're red, like most Dumber, and they flash very, very blue for a second there as he's looking at you. And that book, in particular, also quite magical. Did you try summoning?
Well, I technically guess more summoning myself out.
Well, that'll explain it. You got caught up in our little, fold of time. I don't know how it works exactly.
Right.
It's some Breton fellow who came up with the thoughts.
How
Just
traceable
smile
is
at
that, considering I was trying to run? How traceable is that if I landed here?
Well, if you got caught up in the Dawn Strider, then you are not anywhere near where you should be, and the magic is
I know I'm not anywhere near him, should I?
completely untethered.
Good. That's what I need to know.
Oh, we have a fugitive. The plot thickens.
Yes! Not fun. Also, she's gonna just kind of just lightly hit him. She's not actually doing damage.
Roll an
She
attack.
just wants to hit something. That is a 20. Not natural.
You could just say 20.
Well, some
He's
people
just
is.
kind of not there. As you reach out to punch him,
Great.
he just like, you catch a little bit of cloak as it goes past him.
Good enough. Just gonna, keep wandering around this ship and try to figure out the make of the deck.
Oh, sorry.
So, there's no ship coming. Is that false alarm? Or
I'd stay prepared.
yes, sir.
know what you can have in these waters.
I don't want to think about it.
Could be Dark Elves. Could be Redguard. Let's hope it's Dumber.
I can't talk to Dumber.
Okay. Welcome to Tamriel.
It's okay, the Dark Elves hate me, so.
So day goes on pretty much like this. Is there anything in particular that anybody would want to do?
Drink water.
Recover from seasickness.
Give Ossie a beer.
Did I
Let's
Oh,
get
this
Ossie
is
drunk.
I mean, there's
It's like the
fridge,
goal of
so...
the entire campaign.
Just gonna- objective.
One more time.
Actually, would you?
Did I hear what ship this is?
Could you? Speaking of.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a history check on it using my book. That is a 16.
16.
Guys, I'm gonna get
Yes.
Ossie a beer.
Reading through, you are able to come up with a
Which
few
transit?
things. It is a Breton-made vessel, and its original port of call was Daggerfall. The captain has changed hands many times. It is currently more famous for being one of the flagships of the Keepers of the Clockwork Wheels
Right.
adventuring armada. And this was the ship that Samael sailed on when they recovered an Elder Scroll last year.
I'll probably make more I'll look up more stuff and I'll just ask later so we're not taking up time.
Okay.
I like that your book is actually a book
Yeah.
that you have with you.
Actually, my wizard's
Actual
journal is going to be an actual book too. It's going to be my actual notebook.
That's
For
cool.
all the notes. So this is my furry wizard's book.
Give it a quick plug. If you want to kind of get some of those questions answered on history and stuff, ask them during the DM Fireside
Yeah, I'll
next
do
week.
that.
Okay.
So just
Anything else from anybody else? Are you
Dying in a corner.
okay?
That's all I
Can I go like tend to her and maybe like do a medicine roll to see how I can like maybe like apply like what I know about medicine to try and alleviate some of that seasickness for her?
I mean, only if you can do it in real life, please.
I can give you like a shoulder rub or something.
It's not-
You did bake me a cake after all. Yeah.
Do you have medicine?
Does us each need a medicine check?
I got real high
Like,
medicine rolls.
I mean, Zalzich is still sick, yes.
'Kay.
She's kind of like hungered over the
20.
side of the ship.
20? Yeah. You know that there are a couple of roots that help with this. But you don't know if you have any of them on hand.
Sam, you know
Yes.
he's got canis root. Is that one?
Canis root? For what? Tea? I love it for tea.
I know. It's very tasty.
What?
What roots do I know? You said that there are some roots that I know of that. Those roots. I tell him those roots.
Like kind of like hanging moss would be a good one to like chew, where you can brew
Yeah.
like redwort into tea, and that'll help calm the stomach down.
Mm.
That kind of stuff. Oh, you know, we don't really have much of those.
Where are the regular rations?
The regular rations? I mean, just food and tack and all that. Somewhere in the hold.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I get lost again. I'm gonna hurt you.
Wait, I might actually have stuff in my inventory for this.
Well, if you found the stairs this past time, it's really just as easy as going up at least 5 flights and you'll be at the top.
Great. So it's gonna do that and be very, very close to the stairs.
Okay.
She's just gonna hug him. Because, I mean, honestly, Elset is honestly really good at navigating these, just thanks to raw skills.
Yeah, I don't have a.
Okay, so you're trying to get down to the cargo hold?
Yeah,
Give me an Arcana check as you go down.
that is a 11.
Just enough. You are in the cargo hold of a ship.
That's how I felt with Charlie's proficiency last night.
Okay.
Her perception is +9.
It is a bunch of boxes and barrels and crates. And
I'm gonna make a. Oh, shit. I'm gonna make a medicine check to try and figure out what they were talking
Whoa.
about. This is gonna be good.
You're gonna need 2 checks here. First, an investigation check to
Oh, I can do that.
figure out where is what.
That's a 17.
Okay, so you're able to find a few different, like, crates full of various dried herbs and whatnot. Give a wisdom check or survival check to
Medicine.
see what they are.
I would assume medicine just because it's.
Uh, Because you're just looking at like dried clumps, it's a survival check to even know what they are.
I have proficiency with medicine, not... God, 2. No, 0.
They are
0. Plants.
dried herbs. They smell very, very fragrant.
I'm gonna carry the box that looks the most like the plants I need. I'm just gonna try and carry it up.
The red ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alset comes back up the stairs with a small box
small.
of... Yeah, it's like they're packed in and then it's small.
Okay.
With a small crate of dried, crushed herbs with a red color to them.
I'm rolling survival, I'm guessing. 13.
13? That is cayenne pepper.
No.
Fine. Gonna take Asu with me.
I'm gonna say that the day goes on more or less like that.
Great.
You eventually
Good.
wind
Thanks.
through.
Thank you.
After about 7 passes up and down, you finally wind up with the correct herbs. And just as night is falling, can I have Hunter? Can you please make another perception check for me?
12. One of these things I'm really good at.
12? Looking out on the horizon again, are you making it at advantage because of height? Yeah, make it at advantage from the crow's nest.
21.
There you go.
Well then.
Just flip those numbers right around. So yeah, looking out on the horizon, pretty much in that exact same spot to your north and east, still about 5 miles out, is the same boat.
Well, I think it moved.
And it's got a, it's like just on the kind of end of the day as the sun is sinking in, so you have enough light to make it out.
Well, I mean, now that I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it again if I, look away to talk to these guys and be like, hey, there's a ship over there, I see it now, and then look back and it's not there, I don't even bother letting them know.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Keeping an eye.
on it.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do? Okay.
Okay.
It is nighttime. You guys take your long rest, recover your 2 hit points.
Oh, yay. Yay. Actually, you know what? Right before we go to sleep, because fuck it, I'm sleeping on the deck. I'm not going down there more than I have to. I'm casting Mage Armor on myself because it has an 8-hour duration, and I have trance, so I can wake up before it ends.
Okay.
So I can actually do some stuff, hopefully.
That's pretty cool. I haven't used any spell slots, and I'm at full health, so. Got worried about
It was
that.
mostly just for Tristan to recover herself.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, you're fine. Like I said, I've been in there for a month. It's, you know what? Getting shield bashed is worth it.
Okay.
I'm just glad that I can do that.
That's the first thing that I felt in
Is
how long?
Day 3 of your voyage, bright and shining in the morning. Kenneth, are you on the crow's nest still?
Yeah, I mean, that's just like where I'm going to be
Hanging out?
Yeah, hanging out pretty
Okay.
much.
Give me another
Just like,
perception check at advantage.
yeah, before I do that, since I slept, when I wake up, I want to look around and look at the copy of
The map?
that I have of Sam's map.
Okay.
Just to make sure I can find any, distinct features. So let me know, hey, we might be here and we're on the right track.
It's pretty easy to tell that you were still headed westward, just along the coast, because it's on your left still. There's been no drift.
Makes sense.
You guys have been pretty much anchored at about 1,000 feet.
Cool.
And the Dawn Strider's just kind of been, slowly weaving in and out so that it's within that, 1,000 feet more or less from the coast, which is a little bit disorienting, as far as, it should be, rocking quite a bit, but it seems like you're almost on, a internal gyroscope. as far as like how your stomach feels with it. So you don't get the sense of moving at all, even though you are.
Okay. Cool. Then we're on the right course, and then yeah, you want me to make another perception check?
Yep.
18 that's an 18. 16 plus 2.
You see it again out on the horizon and a little bit closer now. It's about 3 miles out.
Close enough to see if there are crew members yet with the spyglass.
You rolled an 18. Yeah, you can see that there are about 2 people on deck. Can't really like make out any kind of personage to them. Just that there's like shapes moving on the deck.
Okay. And I mean, I know, like on the ocean, since there's literally nothing in your way, are we able to see the ship just with our plain eyes at this moment?
With the naked eye, you can barely make it out. Yeah.
Okay.
But we can't make it out. That's important.
Basically, like if you're up in the crow's nest and you're having it pointed out to you by you who's seen it, then yeah.
Cool. Well then I will just kind of make note of that, and I will keep the information to myself for now.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Time passes on to noon.
I'm gonna ask where are we going, by the way? Because I'm guessing we're not heading to the same place that I wanted to go. This is just general to the group.
Where were you headed?
Black Marsh.
Oh, we're getting there eventually. No?
Do we pass?
No.
Do you have a map in the chat? Is that what
Kenneth knows where we're going.
I do. We're going to Cold Harbor.
Northpoint.
No. That's more like Ball's Realm.
I've been playing too much ESO.
We're going back to High Rock.
Northpoint. Yeah.
We're going back to High Rock.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Going
right.
literally back to where I came from.
Yeah, Allison shared a map in the chat. If
Very.
any of you guys missed it.
Great.
That's okay.
I would
I've
just
learned a
say
lot.
that if
It's been an enlightening experience.
the
And I'm
ship
like,
comes
high
within
elves
like another mile or so of
down
us,
there,
I
we're all
would
married Dominion.
let these guys know.
Yay.
Because like 3 miles is a lot closer than 5 miles. Yeah.
That's actually the same map I was gonna share.
It's a good one.
You doing okay?
We're going in pretty much the opposite direction of where I want to be.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. And to
Well,
the
I'm going
exact
home.
opposite people
Place where I belong.
ever want to see. Yeah, I'm happy for you.
Country
You're
roads.
not the one.
We're going
Dick
Alright.
Sorry, I had to.
The day passes on, and as you're watching the ship, it never quite gets closer than that 3 mile skirt. And going into that night, it's still kind of locked at that, just within that 3 mile range.
Does anybody have cards? Play cards. Play cards, pass the time.
I mean,
Do you have the soldier background?
I do.
Yeah, then you either have that or chess.
I actually have a custom background. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Because all I've got are like candles.
I mean, I have literal playing cards if you want.
Oh, no.
He's talking in game.
Role playing
Yeah.
cards.
I probably should. So I pull out my deck of cards and walk up to Asya and just kind of shove them into her hands.
Time for it. Is this your card?
Do you play something? Okay.
Oh boy.
I play a typical
Go fish.
Tamriel card game.
Of which I know many.
I mean,
Gwent?
honestly.
Can we play
We
Gwent?
played the Horde Legends a lot.
No, now you're just crossing over.
Actually, Elder Scrolls Legends.
But I like
Gwent.
Is it a trading card game? Or is it like a
More along the lines of like poker.
Yeah.
play solitaire?
2-player solitaire.
It's called Nerds.
I'll can you just use assist?
Oh my god.
I just
Or I
kind
can
of sit there and like for lack of a better word, babysit.
Oh, that's cute. Make sure she's
Oh,
getting
he
her
was getting
tail.
babysat in this campaign.
Shut up!
Make sure she's
This
getting
time my
her
character's a
tail.
child though, so it makes sense.
You're not
He's
even
not
the
a
youngest
grown-ass
one in
man.
there.
Still not an adult, technically.
Yeah.
Morning sun comes back up, and Kenneth, one more perception check for me.
Oh my gosh, it's been what,
It
2
is
days
much
now?
closer, I know that.
It better be. Otherwise, just jump off the ship and steal theirs.
2 9s.
2 9s.
God.
You noticed that it had sort of been trailing back a little bit because it was like within 3 miles all day, and then as night came, disappeared again. And looking for it in the morning, you don't see it again.
How close are we to where we're supposed to go?
3 more days.
Great. Even farther away.
At this point, we've evolved to go fish.
Yes.
Everybody was wondering.
I also would like to go and fish,
Oh, that's beautiful.
as well as play Go Fish.
Okay.
This is very exciting.
And I would like to play at going fishing.
This is too much.
So, unless there's anything that anybody wants to do, we're going to go ahead and
I'm gonna
fast
ask
forward
Ken if he
to.
can teach me how to swim.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Do that over there.
But we probably shouldn't do that on the high seas.
Do it over
Not a
there.
kiddie pool.
No, teach me how to swim like he swims, because my character knows how to swim. I would assume.
We could try and do it over the time.
I would hope. I'm not completely familiar with the terrain and the landscape of High Rock.
I mean, it's lots of rivers and lakes and mountains.
Okay, so I know how to swim.
It's like Colorado.
Except more racist elves.
I'm still gonna ask you.
Yeah, we can. Once we get up to High Rock, the water's gonna be a little too cold down there. Once we get out to Oregon, my hometown, I know the water's out there like the back of my hand. I'll teach you how to swim down there, kiddo.
Okay.
You excited for those accents, Evan? Also, the only thing that I would want to do is just find out how the ship works. Is it like, does it only listen to Sam? And if so, or actually if not, do we just yell things and it will happen?
Make a
I will absolutely help him with this if you want it.
at night. Make an investigation check.
Word. I mean, I figured I would just like ask Sam
You're just gonna ask him?
how things work, but yeah.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to know like his description of like how do things work around here.
Okay, yeah, and he's sitting back up, kind of at the aft of the ship, next to the like physical helm. There's the giant crystal there that seems to be what he goes to whenever he's telling it to do stuff. So yeah, he's back up there, just sort of kicked back in a chair with a cup of tea. Oh, how the Dawn Strider works? Well, like I said, it's mostly through this gem. It sort of pushes itself along through a space-time slip, and it's not quite dimension hopping because we always stay rooted here in Tamriel, but things just sort of pass between.
Do you have to like touch it and say, "Hey, I want to drop the sails," or
Oh.
whatever? Or are you attuned with it?
Me?
How does it work?
No.
If you're incapacitated by pirates for any reason or something like that, and we need to,
Well, I'd certainly like to see them try. But, no, it mostly takes care of itself. I just babysit. Make sure everything keeps in tip-top shape. It's actually somebody from High Rock that's really doing most of the work.
there's someone in charge of this boat that's not it.
Correct.
Alright. Well,
Am I?
Yeah, can we hear that? I would love to be there for that.
Where are
19
you?
for
who would
perception.
Are you back in the crow's nest or are you down?
No, we're down on like the front of the ship.
Back.
19
Back to
perception to
ship.
see if I heard that.
Where were you?
On the
Zelda
deck,
kinda
playing
like-
cards.
Yeah, probably. Hanging out, looking over the
Heaving
bow,
over the side,
probably
just to be like,
Titanicking again.
You, Sam.
Trying to fish in the water and having my line go down.
With
throwing-
your
looking for dolphins.
right behind her,
Yeah.
making sure she's okay.
Not falling into the
Or
water.
slaughterfish.
I'll say if she's hearing this, she's absolutely enamored by this and like, oh, like absolute nerd over the fact that this thing is even possible.
You said you were fishing?
Oh God. Oh no.
Sure, if I had access to a fishing rod.
Yeah, there.
Oh,
They're around.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing plenty of things to pass the time.
Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Fuck!
Help her with that?
It was barely not a crit fail, but I had a 3.
Arbjorn,
Yeah.
roll an athletics check for me, please.
You're lucky. Well, it's a 11.
Just enough. It's over 10. It's kind of one of those pass fails.
Oh my
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're kind of watching her, she hits the line and it snags on an ice floe, and you notice it. She doesn't, and she just kind of goes, and you just.
Got it.
That's only the third. We're trying to get out of him.
Kind of just kind of hold her by the shoulders and kind of lift her up, and just set her down on the ground.
Oh, I lost the fishing pole.
Well, at least you didn't die.
We can say that I'll say you were close enough to have been listening in on that conversation.
Total nerd. Just like.
I would also. I don't know if that happened at the same time as that fishing thing. I would assume not.
Just kind of over the course of the day. I just
Okay.
have to fit in 26 in this stream.
Great.
I like
So, I would. I just want to inquire with Sam. Are they also a member of the Keepers of the Clockwork Wheel?
Yes, his name is. Well, I'm actually not supposed to say it. He likes to introduce himself. It's a whole big thing.
Oh.
Bretons. But we're sailing
Just exchange looks
in to meet him.
with Sarah. Yeah, because
I'm there.
yeah.
Doing them.
He's up in Northpoint guiding us back on. I don't have to do much besides keep the boat going.
Oh.
I'm here more as
Powerful magic.
a tour guide, if you will.
Are you gonna? Would you take us on a tour? What
Yeah.
are some of your favorite places? You could take us through the hold.
My favorite place on this boat? My cabin.
I haven't been to
Can
the
I get
cabin
a
yet.
persuasion to get you to tell me his name?
You can try to be very persuasive.
I don't know what I would say, but I'm sure.
Make the roll, Kira.
16?
What do you say?
Just tell me his name. He won't know. He's not here.
Well, that's fair, but we will meet him, and he's quite fine. Rennie is his name.
A Breton named Rennie.
At least
there's
there's
your
money.
Can I history check that? Because I have this book.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
gonna
a
check too.
22.
You have absolutely no idea who that is.
Great.
Yeah,
Magic books.
and mine was an 8, so that definitely didn't do shit. So.
You said he controls the ship.
Yes. He's actually currently sailing it right now. It sort of falls into a little bit of a trance and just sort of works through tink 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 on the
Can
giant
he
crystal.
see us and hear
Yeah,
us?
I want to know that.
No.
Such a boring
Not at
day
all.
for him.
Oh, he absolutely hates it when I ask him to do long distances like these.
Great. So why are we trusting someone to steer a boat that he has no perception of?
Because he's only half conscious of doing it. He's actually off on some other errands right now, I'm sure, or as he likes to do, philandering.
Well, we've made it this far, so. I want to see the captain's cabin. Can we go to the captain's cabin?
Such a fucking disgrace to sailing.
I'm just gonna look at him with big innocent doe eyes, and I will roll if I need to.
Oh my god, don't.
Roll for persuasion at disadvantage.
Fuck! Well, yeah.
Can I be standing behind her rolling for intimidation?
That's
I don't
That's
even-
probably why
it's-
he has disadvantage.
Yeah.
also a disadvantage because you guys are crossing
Two.
streams.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I rolled a 2. I'm not even gonna check my modifier for that.
Well, I rolled
'cause-
an 18.
18.
Wait, okay,
Don't forget
3.
disadvantage.
Got a 3.
Oh, disadvantage. So what was the disadvantage?
You roll twice
Roll
and take
again.
the lower of the two.
Okay. Well, shit.
It's
That's a
worse.
6, so that did not work.
Oof.
Okay. It was only a DC 10 for you guys, but wow.
I'm not very scary.
Apparently not today.
Not for this trip.
I mean, it's open most of the time, but I'm actually about to 10 in, so I prefer
Tomorrow?
not to be giving him. Sure, stop by in the morning.
Yay!
Great. You're gonna have to explain to me one of these days how I really ended up down there.
I told you, some sort of conjuration mishap, if that's what you were trying to do.
Alright.
And if it was a plane of oblivion that you were supposedly sitting in when Ossia found you, then it transported you to there.
You weren't trying
Sort
to conjure
of.
Daedra, were you?
Absolutely not.
But then it didn't, because something with the magic caught away, and if you were on a ship when you did it, then it latched out through some sort of waveform with the Dawn Strider, and
Great. Love delayed spells. Just wonderful.
Glad I
Well.
lost the book, is all I'm gonna say.
if that'll be it, I'm going to turn in for the evening.
And we should turn in for a break.
Yes.
Yep.
We're at an hour and a half. So,
And then we'll get to go explore this town and fight pirates.
stuff and things and do the stuff. So, yeah, we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break
Bye.
here, and we will be returning shortly. So, stick around or leave and do your own thing and come back when we do. Whatever works for you.
Love you guys.
See you soon.
Bye.
All right. Hello.
Ooh.
We're back. We're alive.
Cool.
None of us died.
Sorry for the break, but we love y'all.
Apologize for the break. We needed it.
We had
You
cake.
needed it.
You're all
I agree.
jealous.
I agree.
We had Hugh's birthday cake.
Yay,
It was a
birthdays.
Pikachu.
It was
There was
amazing.
singing.
Kat is an excellent
That's
baker. Everyone give her love because she's amazing.
It tastes really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah.
So, true to his word, first thing in the morning, on the 4th day of your voyage, Samael has the captain's cabin door wide open, and he's sitting there, still drinking tea, at a relatively large table that he's brought up, and it's set with like a breakfast spread.
Oh.
Oh, yum.
Sounds familiar. Is there sausage and eggs and bacon and
No, it's a
Donuts.
lot more simple. Just lots of biscuits, some like quick, harsh made
Biscuits.
gravy.
Lemons.
Biscuits.
Are there lemons? I don't need to attract scurvy on this.
Yeah, there's a lot of fresh fruit up. Like parfaits. Lots of parfaits.
Oh, yum.
This is probably the fanciest spread Aussie has ever seen in her life.
Honestly, say.
So, pretty much go to town
Yeah.
and like try everything.
Just digging in with gusto.
Not necessarily digging in, just like grabbing like a bite of everything on the.
I'll set
Type of
another day
days.
with gusto. Fuck manners.
Samael sort of tucked in there. Just, you've,
You are so kind.
the least I can do.
Stendar's mercy. You are so sweet to
Oh.
just, and I just like, I'm like trying to talk to you while I
What crucial?
stuff food in my
What
mouth.
Right.
I just can't believe. Are
the others up yet, or should I
What?
let them know?
Is this a sweet roll?
I'll settle go get him.
Yes.
Ardorn is there because he followed Alset and he just kind of
Okay.
pokes
Anyone?
at
Do you
pokes
want
at
some?
the bread.
Oh no! Don't go. It takes way too long to try and go by foot, having to do it the way you all have decided to do it. He reaches out and touches one of the gems. Everybody, the captain's cabin is hosting breakfast. Should you want it?
It's really good.
Yes, Ossia's here. She says it's great.
Now, are there other gems around the boat?
Yeah, they're pretty much seated all over the boat.
I don't know why I never heard that before.
That's
I make my way in. Start picking
so.
up some food.
So the cabin here is this is stationary. This just stays here, not like the hold.
Yes,
Oh, that's nice.
sort of.
Of course.
Of course.
It's somewhat modular. I can make it look like I want,
Oh,
but it does stay put.
that's
Good enough for me.
Just sort of floats his teacup off towards the ceiling. It's less temporal, more spatial in its magic.
Oh.
You know,
Think
you
I get
said
it.
you have an issue with conjuration, but that's how most of it works, with a little bit of touch through this gem, and I can make the bed look like I don't know, it's a race car bed.
Also, that's gonna
More
go
illusion
throw
magic than conjuration.
her cup.
But
She's gonna throw her cup.
She's gonna try and pull the trick off.
oh, toss the cup like Sam did.
I mean, gently, more or less, but still letting go of it.
Yeah, as you
Yeah.
let go, gravity takes full effect, and you just whoosh.
Great.
You've got to sort of give it a little magic tug. He just makes it go away and pulls up a new one, kind of pushes it over to you. And now when you hold it,
She's
keep holding it.
She's not gonna hold it. She's just gonna like inspect it for like a little while before she kicks it.
I want to poke around the room and see if there are any cool fancy baubles or trinkets and things.
Okay.
I guess.
Investigation is what it would be.
Oh, not too bad.
Just kind of looking around.
Yeah,
wait.
16.
16? Yeah, looking around, it's, there's some, like,
I'm going to very haphazardly look around the room.
small trophies sort of deal. Oh, are you getting up to do this?
Oh yeah, I'm walking around.
Oh, okay, good. So as you're looking around, there's some small like trophies, sort of that Sam has collected over his years as a treasure hunter. You also see his two swords are not on his hip; they're hung on the wall. Exquisite make, and as well as his hat is hanging there beside them. The trophies that are presented are fairly small, just like little kind of like rocks of special nature. And you see a small like tripod kind of deal holding. It's almost like a sextant that it's holding, but it's a little bit more elegantly carved, and there's a few extra dealy bobbies for it to be just a sextant.
What's a sextant?
It's a device that you use to measure like where you are based on stars.
Right.
Fun.
Cool. It's like,
What's
that's
it called
something familiar.
A sextant.
Just making
damn
sure.
Hey!
Sorry, we're over here giggling about it like 12-year-olds.
Hey, Kenneth has one.
It's pretty big too, huh?
Of course it is.
Pretty much.
He's got to
Okay.
compensate for his Bosmer height.
As
You're
you're
as tall as the Altmer is?
I think I'm only like 5 foot.
I'm
Yep.
4'10", so technically shorter.
As you were passing by his like little desk where he's got a few of them on display,
Given a round full-
dexterity saving throw.
Yeah! Woo!
I'll set
Holy
you a
shit!
foot taller.
That was a 17.
Nice.
Okay, wow. So
It's
your
Yeah,
your
Phil.
foot kind of catches as you're passing, but you and actually righted the inkwell that you almost took with you.
That could have been bad.
I kind of sit behind her and like
Okay.
stunned amazement. Just slowly sit back down.
Have you been there the whole time?
Yes.
We both
As
walked.
I'm stuffing my
He's like
face
Kellum
with
from
only
Fire
gravy,
Emblem Awakening.
that's the only thing.
Just big old stealthy boy.
Just sitting there eating gravy.
Just a vat of gravy.
Oh,
Gravy.
God.
Delicious.
It's the only meat available. I'm assuming there's meat in the gravy.
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
It's ground something.
Vegan.
Vegan gravy. Arnor throws it.
I'm done with this quest.
All
You're
right.
gonna have to start eating his crewmates.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna start with the little one.
Are you
No!
happy with the captain's cabin?
Oh. Yes. Can I take some of this with me? Is that okay?
Sure. You can always come by for food. I mean, I don't know why you all insist upon eating in your separate little corners when I have it up here every night. And it's rather odd. You lots, you're all odd. I like it. I do.
Well, I mean,
We
I
just
would have
like
come up
roll
here
them
if I
like-
could have found it a little while.
Fair enough. Master Caneth, is that ship still following us?
You're the mouse.
Do you want me to roll?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was in the captain's cabin.
You touched the gem, and it's kind of like a little PA, basically.
Gotcha. Well, I thought Kenneth was. I thought he'd come back for breakfast.
With advantage, it's 19.
19. So looking out, you are very certain that the horizon is actually clear. You do also notice that you're starting to get kind of out a little bit deeper. The coastline is fading away, and the Dawn Strider is letting this happen.
Okay.
As you're kind of coming around the horn of High Rock. If you look on the map of Tamriel, there's like a big
Yep.
U-shaped. So that's you're kind of heading out towards that at this point. So you know it's about another 3 days before you make port. Or 2 days before you make port.
Days.
Two.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, I don't like this either.
Are we there yet?
Touch the
Oh.
little stone or whatever.
No sign of the ship, but looks like we're about 2-3 days out from High Rock.
Can we dock somewhere and get some land on our feet for a couple hours, maybe?
I mean, the closest island is about a day away, and then we'd have to bounce back out.
And
So
that'd be a
it's-
detour, wouldn't it?
It would be a lot longer to do that than to just straight through.
Okay.
I mean, technically downstairs kind of counts as land. It's about the
I mean,
only
yeah, just
solid
go
thing
imagine where you
found
want to be
there.
and walk downstairs.
Do that.
It does work more or less like that, yes.
I'm gonna think of Somerset Isles and I'm gonna go see what I see.
Give me an Arcana check.
11?
Okay, give me a Dexterity check.
Nat 20.
Wow. Well then.
Getting better.
Yeah.
As you are walking down the stairs, you just kind of touch the gem, and you're thinking about Somerset, and the ground actually kind of comes up to meet you as you take too big of a step as you like just kind of gaze about and wonder at this boat-shaped slice of Oridon is where it's showing you. And it's a very peaceful island in the middle of a lake. The trees are red-leaved and purple-leaved. It's kind of like there's a bridge that leads out to this lake, and that's where you're walking along to get onto this little island. And you notice up on a waterfall, there's a very brilliant blue shining gem with like an ethereal pillar of light rising up from it.
Huh. Can I investigate the gem to see if it's real?
It's a little bit too far
Yeah.
out from the setting. It's more like you're on the island in the middle of this lake.
It's freaking beautiful. So I'm not there. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
I was playing ESO one day in Oregon and found this little island and was just like, this is amazing. And I explored it and I found a little notebook that somebody wrote, and it was like, this is probably one of the most beautiful places in all of Tamriel. And I was like, I can see why. I think it's called the Isle of Contemplation. Yeah,
Cool.
it's awesome.
I
It's
will
really cool.
sit and
Look at it
contemplate
in the game.
in the Isle of Contemplation.
Okay.
There you go.
Funny enough,
That's what I
that's
should
where Kenneth woke up, isn't it?
It is, but
Can
Okay.
Arnbjorn follow her?
Isn't it?
Attempt to follow her?
oh god.
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh,
God.
shit.
Need a bit of help there, bud.
I
Yeah.
like how you can see Jade.
Yeah.
Well, 18.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
Okay, then.
easy enough. You don't really know what she's thinking, but you just follow Asia, and that's what you're keeping in your mind. And yeah, you are at that same place.
I kind of lightly tap her on the shoulder just to let her know that I'm there.
You do that.
I'm not that scary.
You're not. You just surprised me.
Apparently, I'm a really stealthy big boy.
That'll come in handy.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So I kind of walk past her and then kind
Quest.
of realize and take everything
Danger.
in that was just discussed.
Right.
At that point, I kind of start to sit down and just kind of look around.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot else I can really think to do on this boat.
Yeah, unless
It's
we
not-
got some crazy secret backstory someone's saying.
Yeah, I see a map sitting on our table that we have not gotten to.
Okay,
So,
cool. If we can get to that, then let's do that.
Yes,
Alright.
please. I am so
Okay.
excited.
So, pretty uneventful for the next couple of days passing by. The water stays deep for a while and then gets less deep as the coastline comes back around. And you come back into that, 1,000-foot or so range. As the days come by, Sam, you notice, is actually taking more and more time with the crystal. And on the 7th and final day of the planned voyage, he calls you, Kenneth, to the helm.
And I'll go up and see what he wants.
Now, Master Kenneth, he's kind of looking out on the horizon ahead, where you can see a storm brewing. And you see on the left side, the waves are starting to really, really break hard. You said that you were a sailor before our time here, yes?
And as I'm walking up, and he's like, Master Cannon. I'm like, oh, no need for such formal. Yes, I spent me entire childhood out on the seas.
Good. Do you know how to hold a wheel steady?
Yeah, this magical ship can't take on a little storm. You don't encounter those?
Well, the thing about that, he taps the gem and you notice that the glowing, not there.
Oh, lovely.
Oh no.
And you have no idea what you're doing, do you?
I have some idea.
Can you hold a wheel steady?
Would you rather be the spotter for the reefs, or would you rather be piloting this
No,
thing?
you know these waters better than I do.
There we go.
Well played. Well played.
Such great chemistry there, right there. Thank you. Right. Take the wheel. I'll start getting everybody up. Northpoint Harbor is, well, I'm sure you know it's a bit of a doozy to get into.
Come around here.
Do I know that?
Oh, yeah,
Roll.
definitely.
Yeah, from my
No need to roll. The city of Northpoint is set on these massive cliffs, and the harbor is actually dug out into the cliffs. So it's like, basically there's this nice smooth point in the shoals that it was dug into, and that's where actually all of the harboring is made. But to actually get into it during a storm like this, it's pretty dangerous. Especially with the jagged sides that come around and the angle of approach that you guys have to take because of the way that the storm is picking up. It's going to be a little bit rough.
Lovely.
Cool. So,
do we use the regular sails now?
yes. Which is going to lead us to a little bit of a skill challenge here. So Samael starts rushing about the deck, shouting out some orders.
Also, it's eating.
Right, hop to everyone, we're approaching Northpoint Harbor, but chop your waters.
We're there.
Master Kenneth will be at the wheel,
Oh, boy.
you'll be listening to me. Any objections?
Argorn attentively stands up and just,
Never listen to
with military discipline, just
Focused.
focus.
Also, it's going up with prim and proper manners. But sassy. Why not?
Fair enough. Okay, look, big man, I'm gonna have you on the main line for the main sail. Just keep it holded on. When I need you to leave it and let go, do so. And when I tell you to hold fast, hold very fast, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Also, it's gonna take off her robes so they're not. She's got like thin traveler's clothes on, but so they're not blowing around.
Also, just Argorn has a fish in his hand. One of the fish that we caught.
Yeah.
And I bite the head off and spit it out.
Raw?
Yes. Yeah. For good luck. And I kind of throw it overboard and walk over to the main line.
You know what? Customs are rather odd. I love them.
Yeah.
This man knows.
Elsa is rather muscular, just because.
Splitting off from there, can I have Miss Sarah and Miss Salzich up at the front sail? Oh. You two at the back sail. Okay.
Let's go.
There's bardic inspiration.
We got our bard.
I am on my way back to back towards the back sail, I guess.
Yep.
We got this. We're not gonna die, I promise.
I'm going to tap Arbjorn and cast Guidance.
Okay.
It's a cantrip. He gets to roll an extra d4 to one ability check.
Okay. And is it just kind of a one and done sort of deal?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's just a touch at will cantrip.
I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Mage Hand just to help if needed.
Okay. Triangle.
Thank you.
Okay. So as you guys continue north, the water is really, really rough. Kenneth, can you give me a wisdom check with proficiency for your sailing to kind of keep yourselves at a good angle.
15.
15? Okay. So yeah, it is very, very choppy and worsening on the approach towards Northpoint Harbor, but you are able to kind of like guide the ship out and manage to keep it coming in against the waves and avoid capsizing with your steering. And you're also able to kind of get a slightly better angle of approach to make things easier on you. The wind is starting to pick up though, so can I have everybody that's manning sails make strength checks for me?
Just strength or athletics?
Strength.
Can my mage hand help at all with this?
Isn't it max like weighting 5 pounds? 10?
Yeah.
Not really.
So I rolled 24.
Sorry, check or saving?
Check.
Strength check. So I'm at a 16.
I'm at a 14.
Okay.
Well,
Wait. That's the ones at the top, right?
yeah.
Smaller numbers.
I'm at a 1.
A 1.
Was it a natural one though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a bonus though.
No, if it's a natural one, it's just an automatic fail.
It's just
Yeah.
It's a critical.
fail.
And Kat, what was yours? You said 14?
no, 12.
12?
Mine
Okay.
was 14.
So the main sail holds just fine. The back sail holds just fine. Zelzich, as the wind kind of picks up and the sail starts to pivot as you guys were mooring it in a little bit, it actually, you hear the wood start to kind of groan a little bit, and then so it's like a crossbar that the sail is mounted onto, so that it can turn. The line is ripped out of your hands, and it starts to whip around, and you notice Sarah has been carried off with it.
Oh.
What's this? This is like a scene from Harry Potter where she.
Weeping Willow.
Yeah.
Somebody get a hold of that thing.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah,
We getting spells?
I don't have any spells that can help me out.
Yeah, I'm level 1.
How far away from?
She would have ended up being like, it would have like whipped out and around, and as they were like trying to pull it down and tether, it got away from her, and so she got carried out. She's probably only about 10 feet, maybe above the deck, and about 5 feet off the siding over the sea.
Climbing up
That's
to the
not gonna be
sails,
strong
do they
enough
have
to
like
do
the rope?
It
Yes.
would
Yeah.
push her
Yeah, full rigging.
either 10 feet down.
Is she within arms? If
Small
our arms
blast
to climb up there, is she
one
within
oh,
arm's
okay.
reach?
If he kind of got up, like, she's out over the side of the boat.
Oh yeah.
So if he were to kind of come up along, and it's actually one of those mooring ropes that carried her out. So she's like, there's nothing really to like get there. You'd have to kind of like get up along the crossbeam of the sail to go out and get her. Also, your front sail is now flapping in the wind. Kenneth, can I have you make another of those just flat checks?
Could help. It would like I'd have to like launch a piece of rope to her setting for her to hold on to.
7? Okay, you're actually starting to drift now a little bit. The back kind of gets out a little bit from you and starts tugging along, and you're veering off a little bit towards the cliff sides.
Okay. I'll try to correct that if I can. That's right.
Okay, so as you're doing that, that's going to be kind of a process as you're going. I need you to make an athletics check to just like hold on to the rope.
Oh no.
6.
She is slipping. Kenneth, what's your check for the correction?
16.
16. Okay, so you are able to correct it and get back from, keep yourself back into course from slamming into the cliffs, but Sarah is falling off the boat.
Okay, it's the two little ones in the back.
Yes.
And currently, is Zalzich doing anything?
The rope got away from her.
Do we have an Aurora
The
involved at all? Or is she...
She's still passed out drunk.
the entire trip.
Oh.
She just continues to drink.
That's
in
what
the
happens
hold.
when
That'll be great when she comes back. I'm like, what the hell happened?
So am I still holding on to my rope?
No, it was like you two were both holding it, and it like ripped out of your hands.
Oh,
You
so
were
it's
able to keep
gone.
your
I'm
feet.
holding
She,
it.
boom.
Yeah, okay.
oh boy.
What can I do?
You have grasping vines at this all?
Okay.
No, I don't.
So, at this point, how far away would the two in the back be from me?
Pretty close.
Us two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I know your name's not Let's Go.
All
All
set.
set.
Let's go.
Also, let's go. That's what Thicka's
I
name
never-
should have been.
I
One,
never
all set,
realized
second
that
kid,
that-
let's go.
sounded like that until this party. I've had this character for so long. It's never sounded like that before this party. It's great.
So, I'm going to yell, all set, grab the wheel. Zelzich, grab your rope. And so it's my intention to, when he comes, or when they come and grab the wheel, I'm going to try to like run along the side, get out onto the thing.
The crossbeam?
Yes.
Okay.
And like make sure she's good and not going to fall. But then like I want to tell Zalzich when we're out there, yank the fucking
Yank the line.
rope.
Is the rope within my reach? Can I still grab it, or is it just?
Another mooring rope to like turn the thing, like basically a backline, is there. So
Okay.
you could like untie that one and try to like pull her back along.
Okay.
Or actually, can I
That's what I
not?
was gonna do.
Can I
Not
assist
even.
by tying off my line and running to the front?
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard for the mainsails to tie it down, but yeah, you can make a. It'd be a strength check to see if you can even force the line and hold him, and then a dexterity check to tie him.
Don't forget that.
What is happening in real time, as of what we're talking about?
Okay, so not even. I have faith in you to just hold on. I'm not gonna like abandon my post because I got a ship to worry about.
Then should I go run up? Because I mean, I do have a fair amount of strength. I could go run up.
Word, yeah. If somebody else wants to do that, that's cool.
I want to know who's
I was
within
just gonna
30
say,
feet of me.
hey, hold on,
currently
and then we'll
at the
pull
back
you.
sail.
I
Just
could use a bless.
what about?
Kenneth is within 30 feet probably too.
Okay,
It's a 90-foot long boat.
gotcha. Okay.
I will not be.
So I probably
staying
wouldn't
with
hit the mainsail.
Yeah, no, you would.
So I rolled 12 for the strength check.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, it's you're fighting it now. You're not able to quite get away. It's like you try to go for the tie, and it pulls you back. You
do
don't
have
get
that
pulled off your
D4
feet or
roll.
anything, but you
Yeah,
have
that's
to
not worth it.
cut back down. So it's not quite enough for you to
Roll really high even then. So.
keep yourself moving.
So I kind of just plant my feet and kind of dig in to just kind of
Yep.
stay my post.
Yep.
All right. Oh god.
Bless is only going to do saving throws. It's not going to help for ability rolls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's why I have two different ones.
Okay, at this point, Samael comes rushing along
Actually, hell no.
towards Zelzich.
I've been untying the other.
The mooring line,
to
and you're
try
pulling it
and
back in.
Pull her in, yeah.
Okay.
You got
Because I didn't have any spells that
Try.
could help. Because I was literally
Good luck.
looking for
I'll be right
grasping
back.
vine.
I'm going
I
to
don't have it.
tap you with
Okay.
guidance before
Cool.
He is going to help you make a strength
That's
check to pull her back on.
Gonna run off
Okay,
and
advantage then?
do what Kenneth was
Yes.
trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Word.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah, first roll.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Samael comes up and sees you're already under the mooring line.
Yeah.
Perfect. Give it a tug. And he starts to grab on, and you're just like mama bear strength. Get that thing back around. Kenneth, were you still at the wheel?
Yes.
Okay, so with that mooring cutting hard, make a just another one of those sailor boy checks. So just roll the d20 and
Wisdom
add
plus
your.
proficiency?
I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
I
It,
think
yeah.
That's what
Just
I've
like
been doing.
your ability to steer the ship that feels like about right for me.
Oh no.
No.
Oh god! Oh god!
So as Zelzich yanks the line in and the sail rotates,
Upside down.
Sarah, you do actually make it back. Give me an acrobatics check.
To land.
Yep.
9.
9. So with the deck being pretty slippery from the rain that's starting to really thunder down, you do hit the deck pretty hard coming in, but you were back on the boat. As the sail cuts, the wheel gets away from you with that unexpected tug, and it actually starts to back end again and head into the cliffs.
Crap.
And how far out away from the cliffs are we?
At this point, you guys are only about 400 feet from them. And it's pretty
We're not
choppy
so
water because, especially like with the range of the actual seascape, like the floor at that range, it's pretty rough. So
Yeah.
you're hitting towards some breakers. Like you can see them starting to pop up here and there.
You need my help, but they.
Go! Go!
Yeah, they need your help. The little
Okay.
ones.
I'm going.
Fine.
No, I
we
know,
trust
but
you.
you just lost the
Go
wheel.
to him!
I am at him. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I say help her.
Okay, I'm gonna go. But Sarah.
Okay.
You just lost the wheel, so I'm
Yeah, that's
So
what
is the
I'm
rope
too.
gone, or can we grab it again, the one that I had before?
You guys pulled it back in, and
Okay.
it's like that one is still dangling. So yeah, you guys can
So,
grab
okay,
that. It's
yeah.
on a secondary line right now, so it's not entirely necessary.
Alright.
Because basically like the way that they work is like there's multiple places to pull. And this is the one that you had was the main line that was keeping the sail like taut,
Right.
and so it did catch where it's supposed to for safety, but it's like still kind of loose. And then when it came in, it caught like a full blast of wind. So basically, you're sitting with a giant knot about 10 feet above your head.
Okay.
That was what you were pulling on.
All right. Well, I get my bearings and I grab the rope.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Maybe
I guess,
maybe I shouldn't have done
I
that.
guess I'm supposed to be helping with that.
So
Okay.
I thought
So
that you.
I don't know what I was.
Yeah, I thought that.
We were in the back. I ran forward as you were saying you
to
needed
the
my
wheel
help.
because you lost the wheel.
Yeah.
The
and
wheel's
we're
in the
headed
back,
towards
isn't
the
it?
rocks. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was asking.
Oh, you were running up to help me with the wheel.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were running up because I was like, you go help her.
Well, it was that, but as I was running up, you lost the wheel, so it kind of priorities shifted.
Gotcha.
I guess I'll help you with the wheel then, since this
Sure.
seemed fine.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to hold the wheel, I think somebody's still got to hold the back sail. You've got it alone.
Yep.
Yeah, for the
now.
moment, I figured I'd just.
Sure.
Samael jumps up and just like there's no time for this kind of discussion bullshit. He jumps up, grabs the line, yanks it down, and just starts tugging with you to get it
Did
back
you
in set. No, he.
Okay.
I went ahead and rolled for it.
I'll help you with the wheel then.
I mean, it's just a matter of grabbing it.
Okay.
Like there's no like helping with the wheel.
Oh,
It's
do you
just
not need to pull it? I figured.
Yeah, I think it was just like, you know, we got hit by like a big wave or something, or just when the thing. No, it was like when the thing came around, I had to like duck or something, and I lost the wheel for a quick second because I had to watch out.
yeah. It was
for
just like there was a massive line coming in, and
Yeah.
then the wind caught the like sail, and so you started to jolt, and the rudder facing kind of diagonal started spinning, and so the wheel just got away from you.
Yeah, I thought the wheel is like spinning and you need to like hold it, not necessarily. Just
I'm not making a
correct
check
it.
for that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, moving on.
continuing on.
Great.
Now that everyone knows what's happening. Great. Okay. Details.
I
Another.
guess I'm gonna help you again. Then, if no
Well, I
one
didn't
else-
know why there was questions and details. Another round of checks all around. Strength and the wisdom one for you.
15.
18.
12.
I went from a 1 to a 20.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yes.
2
wait,
and
Redeeming yourself.
Wait, sorry.
14.
17.
17.
It was strength, right?
Total is 16.
Total
15.
Basically, I'm taking totals to see if you guys can like work together to keep the lines
So
straight.
33.
And if it's above 15, that's
You
what we're
guys are
going.
About
strong,
15.
And yours
short
was a
little
natural
girls.
20?
Yes.
Okay, so you're able to correct actually all of the drift
Life
and cut yourselves
life
back
endangering
around out, and you
circumstances.
actually, as you were catching the wheel, you
Gotta be
noticed
freaking amazed.
there was a shoal that was like hidden up underneath, and there was a bunch of crazy jagged rock that you passed by and looked down at like, oh shit. And so you're cutting back around and out, and now you're actually starting to veer in towards Northpoint Harbor. And as you cut back and around into this cliff, you get kind of under this large sweeping undercut, and the rain has been coming in at kind of an angle. So now you're actually a little bit sheltered from the rain, and the water gets almost immediately calmer as you come out underneath this cliff and start to angle in. And the wind that was in the sails starts to fall away, and your speed decreases dramatically. Challenge portion over.
Yay.
Good job saving the ranger.
Nobody died.
Or went overboard.
I mean,
Almost died.
No dexterity checks, right? Tripping up.
I didn't. I stayed in one spot that whole time.
You're like,
I
I'm
did
not
not move.
moving.
There's rain on this deck.
There's like one step. I'm gonna go 30 feet off the boat.
So the city of Northpoint, you can now actually see it. The rain is still coming down pretty hard, but like I said, with the shelter of that cliffside and the angle of the wind, it's actually quite a stunning view because the sun is actually still kind of shining out, kind of almost due north at this point with the way that it angles around this time of year. And it creates this very like harsh golden light around a very dark and craggy landscape.
Isn't this just beautiful?
Yeah, you guys are running along the cliffs of Dor Elard, which is a massive mountain towards the north end of High Rock, and it's the kind of namesake for Northpoint that rests in its shadow. Being on the north side, it actually does get pretty sunny, and so it's not as cold as it might be, but it is still... so basically, it's like, instead of being like Winterhold, where it's socked in with ice almost 24/7 year-round, Northpoint is still a very cold city, but capable of growing, and you can see that reflected in the grass that's kind of sweeping down along these jagged cliffs that go to the sea. The harbor that you're running into is full of ships, actually, and never mind that part. You can see a lot of dock workers running around, heaving to, unloading boats. Northpoint is classically a merchant town, and it is definitely evident with what you see milling about on the harbor. And the harbor is actually set into, like I said, the cliffside, cut in almost a good 200 feet deep underneath the city. And you can see a massive wooden and steel elevator, or like a lift, basically, set kind of at the far back where everything gets loaded up and down. And there's another smaller one beside it for people. So as you land, Samael lets anchor the drop, and just as you're coming in, the crystals click back on.
Oh, of course it did. Well, that's convenient.
Samael kind of takes one look at it. Thank you, Rennie, for that. Great timing. Flicks it, and it goes dead again as the Dawn Strider comes in to an anchored rest at the docks of Northpoint. Well, that was eventful. Good job, everybody. Well done. If you'll all head down and... Oh, good. Approaching down the gangplanks, or boardwalks, I guess they'd be, since they're bigger.
Pier.
I don't know if it'd be a pier since it's a little bit, like, inlaid and it's, like, more squared off. You guys are coming into, like, a... I don't know. I think it's all synonymous.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Somebody walked through the docks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a man approaching you down the docks. He's got this big coat on, very heavy. Looks to be like it's some sort of like canvas or treated leather. Oh, and my last light bulb in that one died. No, it's done.
This is why he's called the dungeon.
Some pretty freaky mood lighting. You're just describing a town.
Right.
Isn't it supposed to be sunny outside? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, not underneath the docks.
We'll
It's
go
actually
to the dungeons
pretty
later.
dark.
Actually, your lighting is fine.
Cool.
Your lighting is. I don't know about that.
That's what I said, arguably.
So yeah, he's wearing this huge coat and carrying in his hand a massive wooden slate that he's scribbling on with a very large feather pen.
Wood?
Okay, so
It's like a wooden plank, and he's scribbling on the backside of it. Okay. It's like a giant clipboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he's just etching into the wood with ink. Like, Why doesn't he use parchment?
I assume this is not robes that I would recognize.
No, they're not like robes. It's like a coat, like a worker's coat. Hail there, crew of the Dawn Strider. Welcome to port.
Someone you know, Sam?
Samael's. Yeah, the harbour master. He's a right cock.
I like him already.
This will be fun.
Now, who is the captain of this vessel?
I point to the soul gem.
It would be the one that got us into port there.
Well, did it? Wasn't it off?
I just kind of gesture to Kenneth.
Argorn kind of
So
just
Captain
stares
is
straight
sort of
at
a...
like stone faced.
That is a title worth
I've
discussion.
never seen some shit.
He's just
So there's
fuck off kind of thing.
no captain of this ship. And Samael's just very indignant, looking at you all.
Everyone's pointing in different directions.
I mean, well, technically, it's your captain's cabin, so...
Yeah, I've been pointing us.
Right, but he's asking me for money, so it's actually the man standing behind you on the docks, good sir. And sure enough, coming down the gangplanks is a from another ship, actually, right now. Not a ship. It's a boat, like a little harbor runner kind of deal. There's a dude with a hat even bigger and more brilliant than Samael's. And
There's two of them.
it's a Breton.
Samael the Greater.
It's a Breton wearing a large
Daddy
frocked
Sammy.
coat with like the frilly ploufs on the sleeve ends and the like I want to say ascot, but it's not like the frilled.
Frilled color.
It's like lace, but like
I'm
not.
sure it's pronounced ascot, but...
No.
Shut up.
And it's tied kind of loosely though, so it's like opened a little bit so that it can show the full deep V of the unlaced tunic that he's wearing underneath.
No.
And
A luscious chest pubes going down into his ball.
oh yeah, got the whole like
Where's his
hairy
gold
chest,
chain?
very like brawny build, but also slender, so it's like well defined muscle. And where Sam walks with a little bit of a strut, this guy is like full on peacocking it. on the docks.
Can I roll perception to see how old he is?
Sure.
8.
That
8's, it's a little bit far away.
He is fabulous.
It's a little bit far away. The like biggest detail that you're catching is like really over the top coat and the knee high boots and the giant hat.
Okay.
Honestly, I want his outfit. It is.
And he approaches the harbor master. That would be me.
No.
And the harbor master kind of wheels
Shots
around.
Oh yeah.
There's his name. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name that I had
Rennie?
written down there. No.
Master.
Oh, harbor master.
The harbor master wheels around and just kind of stares him down for a minute. Oh, I see. This is one of your loners again, is it, Remy? It's Lenny, if you would, Mr. Schmidt, but no, it's not one of my loners. This one is chartered. So, usual rates? And Schmidt just turns back around to you all. It's a 50 gold per day sort of porting. If one of you would come up with it, please, because I know this little bastard behind me isn't good for it.
can I roll an intimidation
No,
check?
Allison's out.
I'm going to immediately
shit for
just
mine, dude.
get behind Samael and push him forward.
Allison's just walking out.
You're making an intimidation check?
Oh,
On the on the dockmaster to kind of bring it down.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. These have gone so well in the past.
What are you saying?
Basically nothing. Just kind of
Just
Send
giving
him
him
a
the
stare TM.
just staring.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Hey, you still have guidance.
It's true.
Well, shit.
You still have guidance.
Still have guidance.
D4.
I thought that was only on saving throws?
No,
No, they're
that's-
ability
that's
checks.
different.
This is the number that's up.
Yes.
Yeah, you added.
So 8. That did not work.
8
Yeah.
total.
You're so scary.
Wow. Yeah.
You really should
He's
stop trying to intimidate people.
unimpressed. Schmidt's just still kind of
That's not bad.
holding his clipboard. What, you think I haven't seen a knoll before? Well, what'll it be? It's 50 gold a day for the docking.
I was just gonna rummage through the fucking captain's cabin. Fuck it.
Where's Aurora?
Investigation. Find some gold.
Okay, bye,
And
Sam.
I'll just throw it at him.
Steal her quick.
Will you see
You're making an
free?
investigation
I-
check
Yeah.
on the captain's cabin?
I
Okay.
very clearly presented Samael.
Yeah, he shoved him right up and he's... Oh, well, now... Mr. Schmidt, can't we, maybe talk about this one a little bit? I mean, I'm only going to be here for maybe 12 hours. And Schmidt just... Funny.
That is 17.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, rummaging through his desk, you end up with a pouch of coins in your
Nice.
hand, and it is fucking heavy.
I'm gonna sneak
What's
out.
your alignment?
Chaotic something.
And opening up and looking in it, it's split up into actually these. Normally, they're gold coins. Is like the trade of the empire. These are solid platinum bars worth quite a bit.
Elsa doesn't fucking know that. She's just taking it back.
Okay.
She'll just walk on out. She's like, I found something.
Who are you presenting this to?
I'm just saying it as I walk out, so I mean, anyone who can see me.
That'd be Schmidt because he's looking deadpan at it. He's oh, so we do have the gold.
Well, it's not
Good.
gold, something shiny. I'm not exactly sure. Silver?
If it's platinum bars, those will do fine. Any tender worth 50 gold pieces per the day. Please and thank you.
She'll take it out one at a time. She has no idea how much these are worth.
So each platinum bar is worth 20 gold.
One at a time.
Okay. So he gets to stop. Where did you find this child? Pulls
I'm
out.
like,
He pulls
just
out
turn
the
around and like.
proper amount and pockets it. Scribbles something down. Find me again at noon tomorrow to pay up if you need to. Ta!
Will do.
And Sam's just sitting there like, did that come from my cabin?
Here you go.
Snatches out of your hand. That's coming out of your pay.
What? We're
Wait, I'm getting paid?
Of course you're getting paid.
I
This
don't
is
know.
an expedition.
exciting.
How was I supposed to know that?
It's my first real job.
Well, you wouldn't know that. Wait. You're not getting paid. You stole from me.
We can tack it out of my pay.
Look, I need to go and talk with the insufferable Breton man on the docks. You all... Come here. Line up. He gives you all 20 gold.
Cool.
One of those platinum bars. That's yours for the day, and, head on. I need to stay here for just a moment. The, that one. As this is going on and Rennie's kind of watching all this be handed out, he's... Samael! I didn't know that this was a pleasure trip. So many pretty women on the boat.
Okay.
I walk up and introduce myself
Okay.
to Rennie.
As I'm following close behind, hand on sword.
I
Absolutely not touching
how?
Look at that.
As you approach, he whips off this giant hat, bows a little bit, and puts it back on.
Yeah, I still want that outfit.
I'm just smiling very, very broadly.
Now, as you heard the bastard Dunmer say, my name is Renaud.
Was he a bastard?
Renaud
I kinda like him.
Domingalt. But you can call me Rennie. I am the captain of the Dawn Strider, and I apologize that I was not able to hold it quite through that storm. But I heard from Samael that everything went molto bene, smooth. It's, A bit of a far shot from Riften all the way up here, isn't it?
It was a long trip.
Yeah, it only took about a month.
A month? A month?
Yeah,
A week.
Where did he take you?
He was sort of just on the ship. He?
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
you are the one. Oh, I see. So, let's see. About 4 days ago now? Would have been?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Good. Don't fuck with my ship.
Don't kidnap me.
Where did you find this child?
In the ship.
Deadlands.
In the ship, yeah.
Let me talk with the imitator for a moment. Sam and Remy go off into the captain's cabin for like 2 minutes. The door slams open at that point, and Samuel comes barging back out. Okay, well, now that we've all gotten our payments for the day, for the week, whatever, we're going into town. I need a drink. Lots of drinks. Who's coming?
Heading on over to the bottle-o.
I basically just
Australian
nod in
bar.
silence.
I know it is. I know it is.
I'm going to inquire with Rennie where I can find a temple of any sort.
So you're going back up into the ship? Okay.
Well, I'm assuming they're coming down onto the.
He stayed in the captain's cabin. Sam is the one that came out.
I'll just ask. Is he just staying on the ship then?
Yes, Remy's going to be taking care of our stocking. He's actually going to be coming with us for this leg because after the little one blew out some of the resonating harmonics, he actually wasn't able to control the ship, which is why we ended up, fighting the storm on our way in.
What did I do?
So it's your fault I almost died?
Apparently. Sorry about that.
It's not entirely her fault. It's just...
So he's fixing the ship.
Yes, he's doing some repairs, making sure that everything's
You were able
ship-shape.
to talk with him the entire journey?
No.
Because he wasn't in the soul gem, but he was controlling the ship through the soul gem.
Yes.
He knows about me.
That's interesting.
Yes.
He's a very powerful mage.
No.
I don't understand.
He's a very ingenious worker of soul gem magics, but he's no mage. Not a lick of magic in him. Unless, well, he might say otherwise. Anyways.
Huh. For a Breton?
I'm going to head up to the inn. There's a great one outside of the market. Phenomenal. And then we're going to the bar. By the way, I have all of you set up with your own private rooms in said inn. So,
Oh, that's so nice of you.
we're paid up for the day.
Would he like my help fixing the ship that apparently I broke?
If you want to deal with the man in that cabin, then sure.
Sure. Tell him I said hi.
Will do.
Um,
Anyone else want to say hi to him?
What was
I'm
the
gonna
reason
ask-
for stopping here. Or
Restocking and making whatever kind of
Also getting Remy.
fixes needed to be.
Rennie.
Okay.
Apparently. Me and
Running.
Rennie.
It's mostly getting, caught up on stores.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Getting pirates.
Fresh water
See.
is the biggest of them.
I'm going to. Sorry.
What are you gonna say?
I can create water.
You can create water.
You can?
I can create water.
How much?
Good question.
You can look at that too.
Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on.
10 gallons.
You know,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, so can I.
And it's potable.
Within range of an open container.
Stinky bastard man in the cabin. We won't be needing the water, so cross it off your list.
Can you actually? Of course you can. You just touch a soul gem, right?
He just shouted at him
Oh,
from
okay.
the base of the docks.
Okay.
I'll let him know!
I'm going
Goes into the
to.
cabin.
You guys are only about maybe 60 feet from each other.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna get the location of the inn from Sam, and then I'm gonna be like, I'll meet up with all of you later.
Oh, yes. It's
Split the party.
the Seabreeze Inn. Very nice, right there off the main street.
Okay.
Very reputable. It's only about, I don't know, 500 feet from Northpoint Keep, so quite safe, as it were. And just let them know that you're with the Keepers.
Can I get that? contract?
Annabelle will let you in.
Okay. I don't think I ever officially signed the handbill.
You didn't sign a contract.
No, because I just saw it and they kind of sent me here. And...
Who else didn't sign a contract?
Do I even have to raise my hand?
At this point now. Alright. I will draft them up at the inn where I have everything that I need. You know what? I swear. We have so much fun. Right.
Fantastic.
Off we go.
Onward.
And not waiting to see if you all are following, Samael marches straight for the elevator.
Elevator.
Yeah.
I missed that.
That's okay. There's an elevator. It's
There's
a
an
very
elevator.
high, rocky cliff. It's kind of built into the cliff wall of the city. So there's like there's like a huge lift for like bringing stuff and from to the ships, and then there's a person lift next to it.
Basically, just follow silently behind Samael.
Also, it's just gonna follow those two.
I'm
They
gonna
seem to be the
inquire
phones.
with the dearest guard as to where I can find the temple of the Nines or the Divines or to whomever,
Okay,
wherever might be the
And the guards up here are super easy to spot. They're wearing the lion helms of House DuPont. With like the gilded armor.
Awesome. I would totally recognize them then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
This one's a massive orc. And super though eloquent. Oh, the temples, milady. Yes, there'll be uplifts just there, and then you're going to take a left down. You're going to follow it past the market, and kind of up by the keep, right? And there's another road about 1, 2, 3 intersections. It's the one right before the keep. You're going to hold a left there, and there will be a Temple of the Nine. 8.
I worship Stendar.
Okay, well, the primary 8 are very evident.
Thank you.
Terrified to see what Talos' shrine is.
There's 9. There's 9 now.
Yeah, some human bloke.
I'm not with you guys.
Yeah.
I split. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm with
before.
I changed my mind.
I know, but it's God? A God in the last 900 years?
My book doesn't. My book says some about him. Some Talos.
Yeah, you ask for the word.
The Nord's not here.
Yeah.
He's with you.
Samael's up at the elevator. Are
I'm,
you lot coming?
I
I'm like standing next to you, just going,
I know, they're slow, aren't they?
I'm
pick up the pace.
yeah. I'm you know.
Hike up your backpack.
Yeah, hanging up my backpack to like
Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
I'm gonna say some naughty Argonian words to you
What?
under my breath. No, Sam.
Sam?
Yeah.
Argonian? Okay, great. Where's my freaking dex save?
Shut
It's
up.
0 anyway. 10.
10?
Oh right, forget you're here.
Just enough. As you're hiking up your backpack and kind of dawdling, your foot goes just to the side of the docks, but you kind of pick yourself back up and keep it in line
Put your hand.
as you're heading up.
That was the 6th one, right?
Yep.
We got 20 to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to start making them real rapid fire here. Okay, so is everybody off towards the lifts now?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
No
I'm
battling
gonna
or?
get the lifts too, so.
Oh god.
Cool.
I dawdle for a little longer just to piss them off, but eventually.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, fuck you. I'm going on my own time. Okay. So you guys come up kind of on the, I'm
Because he used the map.
going to say that side is south.
Okay.
Yeah. So that way is south. Towards me is north. So you guys come up on the far south side of town, kind of where I have those docks quasi set up with all the rainbow shit. So that's pretty much where you come up. So facing northwards, you see this massive DM screen keep that is owned by House DuPont. And you see a large market, and it's actually pretty full of people. And Samael is making a beeline out of the elevators and up through it's kind of like a residential district that you pass on one side and then a like warehouse district on the other before the marketplace comes into view. And there on your left side of the road is a inn with a kind of like gull wings as on a blue background, the sea breeze.
All right.
Nope, never mind. Not working. Okay, bye-bye. So yeah, he heads in and approaches the counter and starts talking to a woman there for just a minute, and then kind of counts you all off coming through the door. And he's like, now there may be one or two more coming. Never quite sure. If they do, and they say that they're with the keepers, just send them up. I'll get it all paid off in the morning. Thank you, Annabelle.
He's fine with paying for all of our rooms, but not paying the dock worker. The harbor master.
He's fine with paying also an additional sudden room.
To me, it just seemed like that they had some dealings in the past, and
Yeah, he's just
Sam
got
was like, this guy's a bunch
Thank
of
you,
douche.
Annabelle.
Our urine is with like 3 feet right behind Samuel, and he just says, "Weed."
It's a tiny little Breton woman behind the counter. She looks like she might be like middle-aged, but very pretty. And her hair's done up in a very neat bun. She's just kind of... Well, that would be up the road, actually, is the best place to go. It's a tavern called The Docks. It's a very simple name, very simple people, but the brewer there knows his stuff. Another Nord, you might like it better.
Thank you. He turns around and walks out.
I'm gonna follow him.
That sounds nice. I'm going to.
You gonna go?
Huh? No, I'm
you have
headed
the
to
temple,
the
that's right.
temple. Yep.
Wait for that
She
other
split off and headed to the
dexterity
temple, which for this purposes, this would have been the road that he would have been like instructing you to take off.
Right. Yep.
That way.
Sounds like cool.
What's weed? Not that dumb, but basically that dumb.
You can go and find out.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Time for the
just
other
for
search
clarity,
out.
my character is going to the temple. We have 4 people.
I think Are you guys
Everyone's headed to
going to the bar?
the harbor.
You're all just headed to.
Yeah, just go to the bar.
Sweet.
Hello?
All right, cool. I'm basically gonna go to the temple and pray at the altar of Stendar, prepare some spells if I can.
Can I talk to a higher priest?
Oh, God damn it! God damn it! God damn it, Archer!
Okay.
He's just basically asked to speak to his manager.
So the way that you are going, like you just kind of walked off without like exact directions. Samael immediately like takes the lead. He's like, I know where this one is, and starts marching you off to kind of describe the map. So the marketplace is actually full of people right now, and you actually see a lot of like colorful booths set up, and most of like the populace in Northpoint, you can pretty well pick them out because they're wearing like pretty simple weather-resistant clothing, and they're all just kind of milling about, oohing and ahhing at a lot of Khajiit and wood elves that have come northward and are apparently some sort of like traveling circus, the best that you can get. There's a lot of street performers going on. Pretty much immediately outside of the inn are a pair of like acrobats that are working in tandem and like climbing up this set of double poles and using each other and like creating these really like gravity defying stunts as they're like walking off of each other's own feet, pulling themselves up on these poles that are not at all anchored down, but they're able to keep them perfectly stable. You see around the main fountain here, that's a fountain.
Oh, fancy.
Around the fountain, you see what looks to be like a tarot card reader that's pulled a couple of people over. On the far side, over here, you see a fairly large group gathered around some sort of booth. You can't quite tell what's going on there, but the crowd that's around it seems pretty animated. So yeah, it's a usually busy outside right now. Most of the standard tents have been or standard market stalls are shut down in favor of the street festival going on. And Samael is headed up kind of along this way, past the keep, and the docks is going to be it would be about over here. So yeah, as you head through, it's like you hear like lots of laughter. A lot of kids are out, and this is a very unusual thing for them to be able to have this much like fun out in the open, because usually it's nasty and cold and work. So yeah, you guys arrive at the docks, and it's a almost seedy bar filled with a lot of sailors and, from what you can tell, mercenaries. Over in one corner is a really burly orc woman wearing a really deep red cape, hanging around with about 3 or 4 guys that also look pretty rough and tumble is the word I was looking for there.
So I would also be passing through this faria.
Yes.
Can I take a peek in the fountain and see if there are any coins in there?
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw.
9.
Yeah, you just fell in looking for coins.
Did I see them?
As you crest up, you're like looking in to see if anybody's been flicking in coins, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a woo! Straight in.
And now's when I wish I had prestidigitation.
Cold.
Yeah. Great.
Can you also please, Asia, make a perception check? And as you are going through, actually,
I think that's a 7. Let me double check.
Can I have?
Now was a good time to teach you how to swim.
Yeah, honestly.
It's funny. Perception was 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Zelzich, make a perception check, please. And Sarah, make a perception check.
Oh man, all
Fuck
these.
you.
What do all they get to see that we didn't?
I'm sorry, I cursed your die.
7.
6.
8, 7.
7, 7, 6.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So close.
Oh, we almost had straight 7s.
And then you 3 guys make perception checks for me.
Alright.
How
Oh,
long
5.
have we been in port?
Pretty much just got there.
Okay, just a few minutes.
You fucking kidding me? 7.
16!
Okay.
What are we
Finally.
being perceptive
I'm
of?
not very intimidating, but I'm very perceptive.
Evidently. Holy shit. What'd you get?
It is perceptive that you know.
Oh,
you're
I
not
didn't know
intimidating.
that I was. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he told you to roll for one, but you're not here.
You did the first 3, then the second 3.
9.
9?
But
Okay.
he rolled a 7.
I rolled a 9 and got a 7, so hey.
So, Arnbjorn, as you're following along behind Samael, that whole Legionnaire instinct kicks in, and you start kind of just crowd scanning. And you notice that there are a few eyes on you as you pass through the crowd. And again, as you come up to the docks, you notice that there's a guy kind of off to the side between buildings that's lingering a little bit too long with his gaze on the party, but immediately walks away as you all approach the doors.
I say under my breath forward towards Samael without moving my head, so I look completely straight.
Mm-hmm.
We're being watched.
Oh, I'm sure we are. This hat's rather magnificent.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
Interesting. Okay. Noted. Thank you.
It's being watched bad, I'm guessing.
In we go. And he just, no hesitation, pushes through into the bar. And as you saw through the windows, there's that really burly orc lady sitting with about 4 of her compatriots. Lots of sailors. It's a pretty crowded place. Kind of rowdy. It's like the sort of rowdy when you're like really tired, but you're having a good time. Because it's like the end of a long day. It's about 4 p.m. probably. Everybody that's out on the sea would have come in from the storm and is retired to one of their favorite pubs.
Do I have my weapons on me?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody would have checked you at the door.
Sweet.
You notice too that the band of really rough-looking people with the orc woman are also armed and armored.
I walk up to the bar, and is the bartender? You said the bartender was a Nord.
Yes, yeah, it's a giant Nord dude with like, you know, he's fat built. You know, he's got like the big pot belly, but like huge beefy arms. Like
Right.
he looks like he's made of tree trunks.
What does it? So my armor has insignias of the Legion.
Yeah.
What would his
Oh, fuck.
perception of having an Imperial insignia be?
Knowing that you're in High Rock, probably just fine because High Rock stayed loyal to the Empire through thick and thin. And you know, he wasn't involved in the Civil War at all. He was too busy brewing. So
Still want to get off to the wrong start.
Yeah, no, it's immediately obvious as he, oh, another Nord, welcome.
Oh wow, you really did bring some of that stuff with you?
It's delicious.
I'm not with you guys.
She's
Oh, you're not with us?
Yeah.
Oh, you went to the Temple
Yeah,
of Stendar.
still
Never
the
mind.
temple.
My bad.
Also, I would have brought some.
But I
I
definitely
kinda-
probably
I
have some
do.
sweet rolls stuck in my pockets.
Tell me, brother, what you having to drink?
The only thing that a Nord would drink.
Good man.
Hey.
He reaches behind into this like it's like a shelf,
Go big and strong.
and you can see actually like ice wraith teeth link teeth.
Teeth.
Ice
Cold
wraith
pie.
teeth.
The teeth.
Teethus.
Stop.
I'm very
Stop.
tired.
Teeth eyes.
I'm very
wraith
tired. I'm Asya.
Teeth
Ice
lining like individual mug holders, and so he puts down this giant flagon of mead that's like you can see the chill falling off of it, like you know, the dry ice effect kind of deal. There you are. Considered the first one on the house.
Thanks.
Mr. Badass over here.
Now the rest of you, are you come to the counter? If you would like, have a seat. There are many still.
I kind of turn around and kind of go,
Sorry,
get the drink. Kind of scanning the room, but like, get the drink. Don't be rude.
I'll say gets a drink.
You're small for an elf, especially a high elf.
I'm well aware.
And you're what? Maybe 12?
Sure.
We'll stick with milk, yeah.
Milk drinker.
She doesn't care. It's not. She's had neither of these before, so I mean.
So
It's all new and delicious.
what I want to do is I want to get like a 6er or like a few bottles,
Okay.
and then I want to just go outside. And if it's been about like 15-ish minutes, I feel like that if that ship were somewhere near us, it would the storm would have caused it to port or to coming.
Oh,
Okay, so you're heading back down to the docks.
Mr. Fucking Clever over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
All right.
I'm gonna grab a drink and sit down by
Or
myself, but close enough that I can
would
hear
I
what's going
just
on.
be able to see the docks from where the bar is at?
No, they're like underneath.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head back down there for sure.
I'm just gonna not get a drink and sit down. Apparently, there's still some seasickness to sit off.
Yeah, we're all probably wobbling around a little bit this entire
I asked the
Maybe a little bit after the storm, yeah.
bartender. That lot. Who are they?
The ones outside?
No, I gestured to the work.
Oh, them.
time. Oh, boy. Boy.
There it is. Well, you see by the giant silver dragon on their capes, those are the dragon-brand mercenaries. They're very insistent that you put emphasis on the Breton aspects of it. The leader, she is Large Grabler, orc, strong, very smart, and they're honorable people, but mercenaries. They go mostly by boat, but sometimes they come out and they will assist roadside caravans.
So pretty honorable, lawful.
Oh, definitely. They're the best around, and House DuPont, they would not allow them in the city if they weren't.
What were they called again?
Dragonbrand mercenaries.
Dragon brand or branded?
Brand.
It's the brand that they wear.
It's the brand.
They wear drag.
Brand like bran flakes.
So Hunter, as you...
Dragon brand.
And
Dragon
wait,
brand.
House
Raisin
Orton? Is that what you're saying?
DuPont.
DuPont.
Okay.
Yes. After Artoria DuPont. Who is Bay?
History.
I'm so glad I know how to write French words.
Hunter, as you go back down to the docks, you notice that you didn't notice it coming off the Dawn Strider, but looking back out with the intent now, you do recognize a two-sailed slip that is at port.
It's docked.
There is a two-sailed slip that is docked.
Okay. Okay.
You
How's your
gonna
stealth?
fireball it?
Yeah, I'm. Is it when I'm walking to our ship? Do I have to walk past it?
Yeah, it did get here ahead of you.
Oh. Okay. Well then, as I'm walking past it, I would like to see if I notice anything on the ship. If I notice anyone on the ship.
Okay, give me a... Oh, God, what would this be?
I'd be perception.
Well, the first thing is looking it over for make, now that you can get a good eye at it. And it is like one of the only of its kind in this harbor, which is why your attention immediately went to it. Because most of the other ships here are like three sailor bust. They're, merchant sailors largely, and there is a man of war here as well, one of those big four-masted warships. But the one that you're cruising over, give me a insight check with your sailing background as well included for proficiency.
So insight plus proficiency.
Yes.
Oh boy.
20.
20? So you definitely feel like this is the one that was on your tail, because looking over you can see the folded white sails, and they are a little bit wet still, which means it was out in the storm not too long ago as well, and it is of Redguard make, this ship.
Okay. So now, I want to go and find the harbor master that was bugging us.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to hand him the 6-pack.
Okay.
I'm going to grab one out of it, and I'm going to cheers, mate, as a show of good faith. And then I'm going to try to strike up a conversation with him about about if he's.
He does not accept the beer, first of all.
Oh.
Schmidt just kind of, yeah, you were with the Dawn Striders crew, correct?
Yeah?
Is there a problem with the ship or such?
Nah, I'm just trying to be a good mate. Seems like you didn't get off on the right foot there with Sam. Just wanted to be on your good graces.
Samael Erushara and his accomplice, Rennie Armengant. First off, right bastards.
Can't sail for shit.
Secondly, well,
Oh,
Cat.
the Breton, I'll give him it. He's a good sailor. The Dark Elf wouldn't know. Never seen him do it. They've skimped me about 17,000 gold docking here over the years.
I think you're getting away with it.
Yeah, what? Why do you keep letting him come in?
Because I can't prove half of it.
Yeah, well, it's your own fault. Seems like you need some better security around here or something. Tell me I'm wrong.
Have a good day.
All right, get fucked, I see.
So
and then
let's-
I'm going
I'm just imagining the little Bosmer guy like, hi, alright.
Get fucked, like.
I'm imagining like the fan from the arena in Oblivion.
So was that the first time they'd
Cicero?
ever gotten paid in full? Because I paid it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So he should be glad that we came.
You should be glad about the party.
You should be grateful to us.
Or at least the little girl.
Okay, so now the only other thing that I would want to do is I'm going to go bring the beer back to our ship.
Okay.
And then if I can, I'm going to, like, stealthily dive off of the Dawn Strider and try to swim underwater if we're close enough, if I can do that, to the slip ship and try to maybe
Argonian with you.
try to climb up and sneak onto their boat.
I don't think they're going to
That's
be
great
near
stuff.
the ocean.
Okay.
anymore.
Well, being in the
Yeah,
water is
straight
not
Creed
being-
style.
Yeah.
But it's like seawater. not
So
saltwater.
there's still quite a few people on the docks to point that out before we go ahead and start
Time of
making
day?
rolls.
4
It's
o'clock.
heading on like 4:30 now, maybe. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of like the sailing crew are off, but a lot of the dock workers are still busy loading and unloading.
Okay. And what's it? Rennie is
Rennie.
currently doing work on our ship.
Yeah, he is actually, as you go up and like try to put some of the beer away, he's actually there muttering to himself up at the soul gem near the wheel.
Well then, just for a little while, I'll get in the water, and then I will kind of go around the ship, making it look like I'm inspecting it. You know, maybe looking to see if there's any patchwork or things like that. But then at some point, I'm going to and try to swim my way over.
Okay, make a performance check for me
Oh,
Yeah.
to see if you can like actually look like you're doing anything with the ship.
I mean, he's been around ships before, so this nautical nonsense.
Because it has to do with the ship, you can add your proficiency modifier.
Yay, that was something I wished.
Yeah.
Now, next I want him to flop on the deck and...
That's a 15.
Okay, you do a pretty convincing job of kind of looking stuff over and like running your hand over the wood grains to make sure there's not too much damage to them and all that stuff. And
No
then
splinters or anything.
yeah. Okay, so go ahead and make a stealth check as you slip under.
No barnacles.
19.
Nice.
Woo, boy!
Okay. You are
Sam Fisher's here.
fairly confident that not too many people saw you going about their work on the docks. Now to hold your breath and go over the, distance. Make me an athletics check, please.
10.
10? Just enough. Kind of one of those pass-fail levels. So yeah, you are able to stay underwater the entire time, heading over to the slip. Which side are you coming at it from? Kind of underneath a bit, or?
Yes. So, I guess I really need to know how it's docked.
This reminds me of when you, like, shadow stepped out of the mansion in our other campaign.
Yeah.
Or when you, did a random car chase.
It's about 3 ports down from you, and it's on port side as standard, anchor down, and it is moored to the docks.
Is the ass out or is the side out? Both? Does that make sense?
The back of the ship is
Okay.
facing the sea.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to try to get up the back of it.
Okay.
Climbing that rope.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense.
It's not a huge ship, so go ahead and make an athletics check. Really, the closest would be like the anchor chain towards the back.
It's an 8.
It's an 8.
I have a climbing speed, though.
Oh.
For my mariner.
Right, but this is more to see if you can hold on to the slick metal.
Okay.
And it's difficult going and a little bit noisy. You are able to get up, but you're a little bit clunky doing so. And holding onto that anchor chain, it shakes quite a bit as you kind of flub your way up it.
Okay. And then I'm going to peek over the side.
And reverse order.
See what I see.
Okay. It's a fairly sleek vessel, and you can see that there are some like gunport mounts kind of deal. So for like railguns, they have mounts for them, but they are currently empty. And you also see on the deck, kicked back, a Red Guard man with a sword at his side, kind of wrapped up in a canvas cloth.
Is it curved?
Yes, it is a scimitar.
Have you seen their swords? They've got curved swords.
And he's kind of
Swords.
looking down at the docks, just sort of keeping an eye on them.
Okay.
We are a little past due for another break, about an hour and a half from our last one. So, if we want to hit that soon or take it now.
I think what I would prefer to do is actually just go ahead and finish up at 11-ish. If that's okay with everybody. Okay, can we push through for another 50 minutes? Okay.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
I am loving this right
Yeah,
now.
this seems like a pretty I'm just gonna get up for a sec.
Okay.
And, stretch my legs.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff,
I was
so.
literally just about to say, as I'm looking over and I see this, if you guys wanted to start doing stuff, because I feel like I've taken up a chunk of
Okay.
time.
Honestly, I was loving it.
Um,
It
I
was
just-
it was like nicely suspenseful.
I know. I was like, it's gonna help.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, we pretty much ate up a lot of time too. So.
I was actually about to cut back to Ossia at the temple. Help you with that.
At the fountain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Drowning
gonna
in
like
the fountain.
get out of the fountain. I kind of look around and see who noticed me.
Lots of people.
Yeah, be like, there are coins in there. I'm gonna take out a gold piece and flick it into the fountain.
This one thinks you should perhaps join this, what do we call ourselves? There's a Khajiit talking, one of the performers. Street performers, I think they say here.
So, join?
Yes!
No,
The tailless one plays quite the fool.
Oh, well, I'm no acrobat.
Clearly. He actually,
in
like,
chainmail?
balances himself
No.
up on his tail.
Yeah,
And like this is
it's very impressive.
Argonian is what you said?
Khajiit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize you had a tail for half a second. I was thinking Breton, I think.
Cool.
You good?
Getting rid of that gold piece that I tossed in the fountain. Cool. I'm gonna just be like, dude. I don't suppose I'd like to not be in freezing cold.
This
Gross.
one is no mage.
Can you point me in a direction?
Sure.
Actually, I was about to go to this. So hey. Go talk.
Go that way.
Okay.
He just points in a random direction.
Away from him,
Yes.
basically. I'm like, okay, so I'll go that direction and then like start looking around for maybe like a fire breather or something.
Pointed you off towards the tarot tent.
Tarot
Not tent,
tent.
just like there's a little table set out with like a kind of a magic bubble actually around it to keep the rain off, as far as you can tell. And there's this very, very, very old Bosmer woman sitting with a tarot set. And there's like 3 or 4 people around. Currently there's like a young woman having her fortune read. She's like enwrapped with what this Bosmer woman's telling her.
If we ever want to go for the tarot thing, I have a tarot deck. And totally the center ends up becoming.
I have
an odd
absolutely zero clue what to do with tarot
thing.
cards.
Sweet. Good amount.
Yeah.
Me neither. They just
I'm
look really
just
cool.
gonna shake my head and like, you know,
Vulnerable.
I don't know. I don't understand why she would be investing herself in baseless faiths.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's not.
Shots fired.
Yep.
So that's for perspective is right there.
Okay. Cool. So I was here and kind of walking around. Great. What else do we kind of have going on here? Some stuff.
So over here, it's a guy playing basically the 3-card Monty kind of deal.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
With the cups. And,
Yep.
Okay.
and doing the can you catch it sort of deal.
Right.
Acrobats over there, and still a little bit hard to tell what's going on across the way with that booth that there's a bunch of people over by.
Okay. Yeah. Any other street performers?
I mean, there's like little pockets of them here and there, but there's no fire breathers or
Okay.
anything like that.
Nothing cool. Nothing like that. All right. Great.
Mostly because it's raining and it's very hard to breathe fire in rain.
Oh, it is raining already. So I'm
It's
wet.
still raining.
Oh, I thought we came into the harbor and it like wasn't for a second or something.
No, you guys had like shelter from the angle, so it's still raining out, but it's like a sunshine rain.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. I understand. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna proceed to the temple and hopefully, you know, find a priest or kindly priest to be like, I need to like clean my clothes.
Temple is the classic.
Yep. Temple of Vines.
Yep, Temple of the Divines make with the very large spire and the squared off building statures. Pretty standard. Inside it's pretty much empty except for one brown-robed priest down at the end sitting in front of Akatosh.
Okay.
And it's stained glass, by the way.
Oh.
For all of the, like,
Pretty.
as you go around, it's like there's the 8 fountains, kind of, and you can see where one was removed.
Yeah.
And the window
Very
replaced
similar
with
to Solitude.
standard glass, while the rest of them are the stained glass,
Stained glass.
with depictions of the divines that go with them.
Right. And this is something I've probably seen different.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's very standard. In this particular temple, Akatosh is the chief worshipped here,
Mhm.
so he is at the front position, and Stendar is off on the right side, third one in.
Cool. I'm gonna come in and kneel, pay my respects to Stendar, thank him for safe voyage, that kind of stuff. And then I will inquire with the priest where I can find a place to, like a washroom or a well or something to clean, bathe, that kind of stuff.
Oh, my child, no need, here. And he prestidigitates away the grime of the sea, and your clothes dry up.
Some weird priest just bathed you.
Were you standing out?
I just got baptized, man. I was talking.
Baptized by the Holy Spirit.
You must have been standing out in that rain for quite some time to have gotten so drenched.
Yeah, I was enjoying the fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. There's some troop or another from down south, I understand.
Actually, not that big of a ceremony, isn't it?
There were a lot of, many different kinds of people.
Yes, the Khajiit and Bosma are fairly prestigious for their acrobatics, especially among Cyrodiilic troops, is where I understand this one comes from. Some rumble or whatever from one of the younger acolytes.
Of course.
What brings you to Northpoint? You're not a face I recognize.
Pilgrimage.
Come to see our chapel to Akatosh.
Yes. I myself am a priestess of Stendar.
I can see by the robes and your amulets displayed. What, besides this chapel, would you like to see on your pilgrimage?
Oh, I've seen so much already. I'm just sort of going along with a group of adventurers, overseeing their journey and making sure they arrive at their destination.
Adventurers, you say? You see kind of a shift in him, and he a little bit more steely in the eyes. What sorts?
Oh, I believe they're under the employ of a prestigious adventurers guild, I suppose you would call them. I'm sure you've heard of the Keepers of the Clockwork Wheel.
So, tomb raiders and crypt divers. Well, hold close your faith.
You as well.
Kind of shuffles away, kneels back down at the altar of Akatosh.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend some more time at the temple, like meditation, and probably go outside for a little bit, have a sweet roll. Kind of look down the street, and kind of watch the performers from afar, and do that for a little bit of time. So I'm good for now.
Would the sweet roll, having been in your pocket, be wet from falling into the fountain?
A wet sweet roll.
I don't know. Did the
Honestly, how stale would those sweet rolls have been anyways? Maybe this actually
Also,
fresh.
walking outside the door, did you trip?
Ah!
Buddy.
Nat 20.
You skip to your loo.
She feels like she's about to trip and instead kind of turns it into a little hoppy-doo.
I do a soda boss.
I'm counting in the stream chat.
Let's see. Okay.
I've noticed. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for keeping track.
Back to, I'm thinking,
Corey
the docks.
That's just them.
You all are kind of, no,
The bar.
yeah, Zelzich.
Oh,
And, or sorry, yeah.
I forgot the name of the bars.
Alright, I'll step up for a little bit.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Yeah, I know.
The docks
We're the
is
docks away
the
from
name
the
of the bar.
Yes.
Wearing dog.
And I have a real life. Honestly, Elsa probably has a higher wisdom score than I do.
So to everybody there, can I get another perception check, please? Arbjorn, yours at advantage.
Whoa!
14.
14.
No. Where is that?
Solid 30.
Okay.
12?
With advantage?
12?
I know I have a friend.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.
I'll have a laughing lab in a bit here.
Okay.
Give me some milk. Don't, actually.
So,
very
Arbjorn, as you are wrapped in conversation with the Nord tavern owner, you feel a little bit of a blaze of motion, kind of like skate down your armor, and Samael's sword has smacked with a little across the back of someone's hand. And he's sitting there leaned back against the tavern, what's the bar? I'm very tired. He's leaned back against the bar, sword in hand, looking at this younger Breton man in a cloak. As yourself, please, or else I might tell him that you just tried to take his coin purse.
I whip around, hand on my sword, and I kind of eye him down.
Oops.
I kind of like walk to where I'm basically looking down. I'm assuming I'm taller than he is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of just do that kind of whole thing.
And this kid. It is a kid, like maybe 14, and as he looks back up, like the hood falls away, and you can see it's just like this dirt-covered like street urchin kind of person.
I reach into my purse and I grab 2 gold coins and I hand it to him.
Yeah, look, boss. Can I say I stole these from you? If they know I got pinched, I think they'll cut my arms off.
Whatever you need to do, kid.
Thanks.
Arms.
Just bolts.
That's just
Immediately
mean.
check my coin purse after seeing that.
You check your coin purse?
Yeah.
It's still there.
Okay. Nothing out of it?
Nope.
Just feels the same weight. I don't count it, but I just make sure it feels the same weight.
Yep.
Then you check. Oh, there it goes.
Figuring out on D&D Beyond where your goal is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it's just like I was like, why won't you let me do what I want to do, Holmes?
Samael puts his sword away and turns back onto the bar. Wow. You know, when you told me earlier that we were being watched, I didn't know it was quite so, reasonable to keep my eyes open.
I kind of look
Good
at him and
thoughts.
go, I was a legionnaire, you know. So if I tell you we're being watched, we're being watched.
And that is why I hired you. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get your documents. Everybody stay here for just a moment. I'll just kind of walks out of the bar for a minute.
Should we follow him?
I'm still on the street. Would I see him? I don't know if we're on the same like.
Were you exiting? Come out. He's kind of like. It's like the town kind of curves around
Gotcha.
this way.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm
So the keep
I'm, like,
comes back.
back by the temple over here still. So.
And the keep actually like kind of cuts back to the cliffs. So the cliffs are my side.
Gotcha.
And then the docks bar is like it'd be right
You're the
about
one who named that. I'm just saying.
here-ish. It's because the harbor is what I should have been calling where the boats are at.
True.
So I'm gonna call it the harbor from now on.
That's fine.
Okay.
Harbor Master.
Yep.
Exactly.
That is a TV behind you.
Ah.
Yes.
Very
Please and
expensive
thank you.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, anyways, no, you would not.
I always
See
thought it was
Sam.
like a wall
Okay.
with a blanket.
Nope. That's why we've got it, because otherwise we get reflection and glare.
Yep.
So.
Gotcha.
Cool. So, god damn. As Hunter has
That's
reminded me
exciting.
what's going down at the docks.
The harbor.
Yeah, at the harbor.
Come on.
We'll have it set in 2 weeks.
Yep.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
So,
Or is it a jetty?
no. Down in the harbor. Did you
That's all Zeke would
stay
say.
just kind of looking?
So
Or is it just a peek?
I would have come up. I would have made sure to kind of get a grip on something that wasn't the anchor, something that wasn't slimy, so I'm good. And then if looking around, the only person that I see is this red guard. And he seems kind of distracted.
Yeah, he's got his eyes like focused on the docks mostly. He seems to be watching people.
Okay.
When did that
So, what I'm going to try to do is like, I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna try to do this stealthily. And sorry for asking too many questions. But where on the boat is he? Is he on like the top part? Is he on the lower?
Yeah, so it's one of those like it's a small like jut up to the helm where the wheel's at.
Okay.
And he's kind of like it's actually kind of like the deck sinks in to make a small cabin. And then there's it would only be a single top deck and low deck kind of deal.
Okay.
Is with this kind of boat, and he's like kind of like against the cabin frame beneath the wheel, just kind of watching the coming and goings.
Okay.
It's a relatively small boat, maybe 20, 25 feet long and about 15 feet wide.
Okay, so he's kind of near where I would imagine a door to the cabin
Yes.
would be.
Yes.
Okay. So he's on like the lower level.
Yep.
Okay. So, I want to sort of get him to come over here. So.
Get over here!
If I can. Okay, if I can, I'm gonna hold on with one hand and I'm gonna take my whip off of my hip.
Okay.
He took his whip from his hip,
And I'm gonna.
and he was like, whip!
I'm gonna
Give him the
whip
slip.
it and just try
Put
to
him in the
try
drip.
to crack it.
Make a noise with it.
Yeah.
Right on the tip.
And then see if he comes over here at all. But if not, then I'll do something else.
Are you proficient with it?
Yes.
Then yeah, easy enough. And he bolts to attention. Sword comes out of that sheath so fast you can barely see it. Like as soon as you make the whoosh, it almost sounds like he or seems like he reacted to the part of it.
Gotcha.
And he's running over to the side of the vessel right now.
Cool. I would like to prepare an action when, if I see him look over at all, I'm going to try to whip around his neck and
Jesus Christ.
pull down.
Fucking Assassin's Creed.
Okay. Then I will say roll for initiative.
What?
First combat, guys.
What? Woo! Wait, of the entire
we need
freaking
to
campaign.
Are you too
Friggin-
busy, like, absorbed in your rap over there?
We need to like
No.
get the soul crystals,
I just
like a
got
portable
distracted.
version that we can actually talk into,
Great.
like radio it.
Sending stones?
Yeah, that works.
I got an 11.
Get those soul stones
Oh, wait.
from the ship.
Yes. Yeah, I got an 11.
Use them like radios or something. Well, if somebody would
At natural 20 plus.
Fucking
Whatever.
A.
Did more than I.
Yeah.
Too fast.
Okay. So you do get the jump though with the whip as he comes over and immediately like kind of like sword at the ready looking over and immediately makes eye contact with you, but you did have your action held, so go ahead and make an attack with your whip. Or I guess it would be it'd be a straight attack. With the way that a whip works is how I'm calling it.
Wait, you did it. Sorry. Stop.
I got a 16.
Just barely not enough.
Okay.
As you slap that whip up, he just bats it out with his sword.
I don't know how luck works. Can I use it after I hear?
Usually no, but because it's asking, I will say you can get one redo at it, but it's one of those things where it's like, you roll it, and if you don't like the outcome just immediately looking at it, then you have to say, lucky,
Okay.
and go again.
Okay.
I will give you one freebie pass if you want to right now.
You sure?
Yeah.
Cool.
Since it's your first time using the feat and all that.
Cool. Then I will use my point of luck.
That is worse.
Yeah, and you have to take the new roll.
And yeah, you do have to take the new roll.
Well, as long as it wasn't a critical fail.
Close.
So yeah, he knocks the whip out of the way with the sword. It like wraps up around his scimitar and he yanks that away. And he's gonna open up and make 2 attacks at you.
Ooh. She's able to communicate a device.
Beam me up, Scotty.
First one is a... What is that?
Orbital bombardment.
I have 17.
Yeah, that one was an 11. And this one is a 17.
Okay.
Okay, so you take... Making me pull up shit I didn't think I would need. That is 9 points of damage. Slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Yeah, and he starts shouting out. He pulls away from the ledge and starts banging on the door. Do you speak Yokuden?
No.
Okay, he is shouting in a language you do not understand.
I think I only speak common.
Okay.
What? This guy, what is he wearing?
He is wearing like a black robe. When he pulled away, because he was wearing a big canvas blanket, and that fell away when he whipped his sword out. And he's wearing like a black robe, but it's pretty tight, and it seems to be like a looser mesh. So it's like you can see a lot of his like very well weathered skin, and it's like I said, a red guard. So very very dark skin though, even for a red guard. So somebody who's out a lot and who probably hailed from like the Alakir Desert. So they are a very hardened looking individual. But from what they're wearing, you can't really make out much besides it's like a black garment.
Okay, this guy has my whip.
No. He didn't like yank it out of your hands. He just... It wrapped around his sword and he yanked his sword free and like deflected it.
Gotcha.
You still have your whip.
Okay. Is my whip still wrapped around his arm?
No.
Okay.
You have to hit with the attack.
You dumb idiot. Well then, upon him hitting me, I'm going to make it look like he just murdered me. And I'm just gonna, I've got 1 health point. So I'm going to kind of like dead man's fall back into the water, kind of like, phew. And then I'll hit and go underwater, and I'm going to try to swim away, or swim and disappear.
Okay.
And also, if I still have a bonus action, I will use my second wind to just heal a
Well, yeah, it would be your full turn. So you still have a bonus action to just like drop down.
Sweet. Well then I'm going to use my second wind to get 11 hit points back.
Nice.
So I'm back at 10 hit points.
Okay.
Nice.
As you are swimming away under the water, 4 more show up on that ship to look over at you, and they do see the blood, but...
Oh god, they have bones.
None of them rolled higher than a 7 plus 0.
Damn.
Amazingly.
What is with these
1, a
rolls, these
5, a
campaigns?
6, a 6, and a 7.
Damn.
What is with these rolls?
They're sweet.
I have a fork, Q. Scissors.
I don't give a fork.
So you are able to
you.
get away
For
without
you.
them giving pursuit.
Yeah, just over there.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What's your movement speed? You have full movement speed in water, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are able to get away from them. I do need you to roll an athletics check to stay underwater for that entire time, though.
It's an 8, but usually breath holding is Constitution.
Oh, so it's just a Constitution check?
Yeah, which is even less, but breath holding I do believe is usually Constitution, unless you're seeing how
Well, yeah,
far
okay,
I can
so
swim
yeah,
underwater.
yeah, that. This is...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an athletics check to just, like, stay down under, like, force yourself to remain calm even though your chest is ripped open, and push yourself as far as you can. And you actually end up surfacing not quite at the non-stratter yet. I'm assuming that's where you were heading?
No, because in case anybody did see me pop up, they would see me
Okay.
heading to the Dawn Strider. So I would say that I would just be trying to head towards shore.
Okay, so you were heading back the other way?
Yes.
Just kind of along the jetties?
Yes.
Okay.
If possible, trying to use the tides to body surf in somehow.
Not really a thing. These are pretty calm waters up underneath the cliff.
Oh.
Um,
You gotta bring us into this.
but none of them still could roll higher than a 10. So,
Hey.
Smart.
Well then I'll get in and I will
Stendar's blessing.
run back up to the bottle
okay.
where I last left my friends.
Okay. Your shirt is still like ripped open across the chest and like just kind of hanging open. Like the healing of your burst just kind of like stemmed the blood, but still have like a lot of blood on like the tie of your shirt and stuff. So as you're running up, Samael actually is coming like the opposite direction of you, headed towards the docks. And he's got a bunch of paper in his hand that he's like keeping covered by his cloak. Keeping covered by his cloak.
Covered by his cloak. Covered by his cloak.
Am I still wet?
Yeah, you are drenched.
Okay, well, does he greet me when I come in, or do I have to run?
Yeah, so you guys are coming at each other and he's, interesting fashion statement. Who'd you pay a visit to?
The boat that I saw on the waters, it's down in the harbour. I tried to do some investigation. Did not work as well as I intended, but I found out that it's full of a bunch of red guards, and they like wearing fishnets.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Sexy red guard.
Did we learn not to investigate strange boats seen on the waters
The
alone?
Red Guard horror show.
Yeah, don't split the party. Why do you think I'm here meeting up with y'all?
Very good. Speaking of, let's head in. I've got some contracts for you all to sign. I'm going to add a clause to yours. Real quick here. Do not go off alone unless approved.
Oh, that is not alright with me. I'm not signing that.
Okay.
Alright, then I'm going on this journey without signing a contract. Anyone have to figure out?
Fair enough.
Hey.
Heads on in. Well, hello everybody. I trust that your little urchin friend isn't back yet, Arbjorn.
Haven't seen him.
Good. Good. I have contracts for everybody. Go ahead. Put your name on. Pass these around. Yes.
I'm going to.
Did he really write that on my contract?
I'm reading over this fucking contract.
It's really just like saying that you will not take anything unless approved by all present. So you like, you know, and if any possibly dangerous magical artifacts are recovered, then they will go into possession of the keepers.
After we're done with this, you take me to Black Marsh.
Sure, I'll put it in your contract.
Okay.
There's a little bit of space on the back. If there's any particular clauses you would like added, go ahead. I have
Santa?
a couple of quills. Yes, you can read.
I can read for you.
Hugh, stop.
She's just gonna ask you to
Double
stop
checking.
the story.
Have you come back yet, by the way?
Nope.
No?
Still at the temple.
Still at the temple?
To tell you what happened down at the
Yeah.
docks.
What did you get yourself into this time?
Yeah, basically that.
Well, went there.
I can fire back the ship.
Fucking it. When I left the bar, I went down to the harbour, tried to talk to the harbour master. You should not have paid him. He is a right dick.
Listen up.
I told you!
Yeah, now, we will not be paying him anymore if we have to come down here again. Up here again. So, tried to have a brew with him. He did not accept my cheers. Smashed that beer. Went back to the boat. Took a look around, made sure everything was all good, and then I kind of slipped away after noticing that that boat that was following us was in the harbour.
Ooh, did we get to make friends?
Tristan,
I
can you
don't
please make a
think
perception
that
check
they're
for me?
quite friendly.
Zero.
Okay.
Zero.
Did you
This
roll a
is the
d20?
third time I've rolled a 0, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, how do you roll 0?
Because I have -2.
I'm just looking at your percentile.
Continue with your story.
You and that friendly little face there might have a better chance at making friends with them than I did. 'Cause
Sounds good. I'll take more of, I'll bribe him with more of Sam's platinum, was it?
And then
You
I
don't
just,
have that anymore.
I can get it back.
Can you? Can you?
Zelzich, can you please make a perception check for me?
I can indeed.
Fucking A. My purse is gone, isn't it?
21, okay. As Kenneth is relating his story, you feel a hand on your belt.
I do want to say, I also don't have a wand. I have a component pouch.
Okay.
So, if that ends
So-
up doing something funny.
I immediately look down to where it is at the same time that I sweep my tail like under to try and like.
Make an attack roll at advantage.
Fucking Argonians.
Just roll the d20 and add your
Strength and proficiency.
strength and
Wait,
proficiency.
hold on. I want to check something first. Okay, never mind. We're good.
I swear to God,
I have
this is the
shillelagh.
third time I've rolled 0 on perception.
But it doesn't work on my own fucking tail.
No, it doesn't. It has to be a
Wait.
stick.
So what did you say? Attack roll and add what?
Strength and proficiency.
Strength and proficiency. 18.
Okay. Do you want to see if you crit?
At
Since
advantage?
it's at advantage.
Sure.
Please don't kill a kid.
18.
18
No, that one was worse, but
So it
advantage is the 18.
definitely hits. And it, yeah. You turn around.
I see.
So there's this massive. It's a green tea, by the way, Hunter. Your tail immediately catches somebody behind the knee, and he goes ass up, feet in the air. You hear loud, "Oh, fucking shit!"
Is it the same little dude?
No. It's a full ass man. This one, like really another Breton, really scruffy beard. Looks pretty raggedy, wearing that same kind of like hooded cloak with like just a plain jerkin underneath, and he's just on his back, looking at you like, shit.
So I'm gonna like look down at him and like puff up a little bit and be like, did you forget to keep your hands to yourself? Did you forget how?
Sneak thief.
He takes one look around and makes a dash for the door.
Can I intercept him?
Yes.
Nice. Can I use the cantrip Gust? It can push a person 5 feet. To help.
Roll initiative.
Who's dashing to the door?
The guy that just tried to take it.
Yeah, he just pickpocketed me and tried to do it on Cat.
13.
That is 16.
What is your dexterity?
Dexterity is 11.
Okay. So you guys tied. I will give it to the player in ties. And yours was 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can use
Gust. It's a cantrip. It'll push him back. He needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Against what?
15.
He rolled a, I believe, 10?
Level 1 with a DC save of 15.
Yep, 10.
Me too.
So yeah, he is pushed.
So basically just
right back into
Use the phone.
Arbjorn, who I will say you can make this athletics check at advantage to try and grapple him.
Teamwork.
Cocked.
Well, it's a 20.
Without 9.
It's a 27. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Actually, no, yeah, that's what a natural 20 does.
So yeah, he gets pushed back just straight into your arms and just boom, like one-handed across the throat.
Yeah, basically across the throat, kind of lift him up in the air,
Okay.
and slammed him against the wall. Because I'm assuming we're close to the door.
Ish, yeah. It's like kind of set up so you guys are like,
Or close to the
yeah,
the
you're
wall
close
of
to
the
a
door.
wall.
That seemed really aggressive.
Don't mess with my friends.
You got it! And from across the way, the orc woman. Man, that's the second one in what, 15 minutes? You guys are fun to watch, I'll give you that.
Also, it's gonna look for what's on his belt. She's just gonna look at what he has.
Yeah, your component pouch, your coin purse, and another
0 perception.
like 3 or 4 coin purses from.
Take all of that.
Okay.
Can I just, because since I'm holding him, can I just rip his belt off and kind of throw it to the ground?
Yeah, make a quick
Oh no! Be careful with that. There's fragile stuff.
Make a what check?
strength check,
Well,
just to see if you can break the leather.
Yeah. So 18 plus 5, so.
Yep. Yeah, you just
don't.
rip the belt clean away from him, and it's like a worn leather, so it just snaps. And
I gently kind of set it on the ground.
She's just
Or
like
hand it, hand it. And
She's
then
she's like hugging the component pouch.
without
pants slowly
looking,
sliding. He's like, one arm was, or he had both his arms on your like arm, trying to hold himself up. He just picks his pants up.
Whose coin purses are missing?
Zelzich was the only one that tried, or that he tried and failed to. The first round was noticing people.
Oh, okay.
The second round was
And that
the
was
actual sneak attempt.
Only Zelzich and I, right?
Yep.
Okay.
without
I'm
moving
just-
my focus on him, I asked the orc behind me, "Know this one?"
Not a damn clue. Probably one of the filchers going around with the... They call themselves Thieves Guild, but between everybody and me...
Is there a chair anywhere near me?
Oh yeah, plenty. Yeah, it's a well-stocked bar floor.
I kind of pick him up and kind of shove him into a chair, into a sitting position. And I motion for my party to come and join me.
Wait, I want to go see. I want to go meet the friends though. They actually hurt him. They just.
We'll handle this problem first.
Okay.
Who are you?
Nobody.
Really, nobody?
Yeah.
Who sent you?
That's a fun name.
I'm just making a sweep, man.
For the Thieves Guild.
Just look.
I mean, yeah.
We
Know
roughed
anything?
him up enough.
Know anything about any red guards coming into town?
Rick, what? No! No! I ain't no sailor. I'm just a pickpocket. I mean, don't tell the DuPonts, yeah? They'll... I don't know.
Stop harassing us.
Yeah.
The whole guild.
Yeah, I'll tell them to call it off.
I grab the bottom of the chair and kind of flip it.
As he lies on the ground, Alcet's going to gently place his stripped leather belt on his chest.
That is a 6 on his dexterity saving throw, so yeah, he just
Does a double back.
yeah hits the ground pretty hard, comes back up,
Here you go.
takes his ripped in half leather belt.
It's stripped. She's got all the pouches.
I jerk my thumb at the door and I say leave.
Hitching his pants up as he tries to get
Well, that was entertaining. All right.
Oh shit.
Nice.
I turn to Kenneth and I go, as you were saying, to continue the story. Did we finish the story?
Last I pretty much was being like, and then this is what happened to me as I was showing you guys my body.
She took all those pouches. She does a lot.
Is Sam still here?
Yeah, he is kicked back in a chair, kind of just watching in amusement. So you get a total of 12, 14, 16 silver pieces. Plus whatever was in yours.
Cool. 30 gold, 16 silver.
Well, eventful evening aside, I think we gather up those contracts unless there's any stipulations that I need to approve.
Yes. You donate, apart from my salary, a small fund to Shoresarth.
Easily done.
Great. I walk over to the bar, pick up the quill, and sign it.
Thank you, Arbjorn. Who's next?
One quick thing. Streams do cap at 4 hours. The stream will automatically cut out at that time. We have about 7 minutes before that happens.
Perfect.
So I don't mind if it goes over a little bit. That would cut the Facebook stream a little short. If we need to add on a little bit, the next
That's
session.
fine. We're at a wrapping up point.
Okay, cool.
Black Marsh.
Take you to Black Marsh. Yes, easily done. Can do. Go ahead and sign.
Do I still get to sneak stuff from your cabin occasionally?
No.
Oh. Once was fun.
Adding 50 gold at reparation. Okay.
As long as I get paid, that's all I care about.
Money's money. 20 a week.
Has enough time passed at this point that I would be finished with whatever I'm doing? I'm
I don't
assuming.
know. I have no idea what you were doing.
Okay.
You went
I'm
to
just
pray
gonna,
and
I'm
that's
just
all you
gonna
said.
say that I did what I needed to do and I feel satisfied with myself and I'm like, oh yeah, this is my duty that I have been tasked with to watch over these people and I'm not doing that. So, so I'm going to saunter back into the docks.
Okay.
At this point in time.
You arrive just in time to see somebody else streaking out with half his pants falling out.
My eyes linger for a little too long.
I see the sausage.
God damn it.
Alright. Stipulations from you two?
You know.
You said you're not signing it?
I'm not gonna sign it if I can't. If it tells me I need to be monitored.
Fine, I'll strike it.
Thank you.
Oh, those are the contracts.
No, I
Yes.
might need a favor after this.
Fine.
Sure.
I just
Sure.
grab it from you and start reading.
I add that clause to the back, like, one favor.
One favor.
Oh God! Yes.
He just kind of turns it over. I'll bite.
I read it over. I just add a stipulation that should anything happen to my body, my remains be returned to the temple to Stendar. And yeah, that's it.
Morbid. I like it.
Well, I will see you all on the morrow. I'm heading back to the inn. And he heads out. Okay, just for sake of time, that's where we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Cool.
Yay! That's fun.
Getting a little bit more into the groove.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
promise next time, combat.
I'll tell my husband.
For combat for everybody.
I
okay.
get to fireball a ship.
Yeah. Stream will be on
18.
the 18th. Same time, same place. I guess that doesn't matter to y'all. You guys can watch wherever. We'll be in the same place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Forgot there's
Yeah.
something more
In the meantime, on June 11th, which is next Tuesday, Hugh and I are going to be doing a Lore Masters Corner.
Dungeon Masters Fireside.
Dungeon Masters Fireside. That's the one. Yeah, I'm going to head down to Longmont. Hugh and I are going to chit-chat. If Kat's free, I might drag her along.
Be fun. Make it out of it.
And yeah, we can all kind of kick it and talk about some of the stuff that I've been doing with the campaign, and I'll try to talk more like lore-focused stuff. If you guys have questions about, some of the liberties that I've been taking with the campaign and the lore, please engage with us. Ask them ahead of time. Ask them while we're streaming, and I'll get to them too. And the same goes for you guys too. Actually, if you have curiosities, just based on like the world setting, hit me up. Let me know. I know you were talking. You wanted some answers, Tristan. I'm a veritable compendium on Elder Scrolls lore, and what I don't know, I know how to find.
I think what we'll probably do is we'll make a Discord channel. And then we can just drop the link to that if anybody wants to tune in and just ask questions directly to us during the stream. I feel like that would probably be a much better way than having to type out and respond to comments that way. So,
That'd be fun.
yeah, we'll see what we can do to set up that, and hopefully it doesn't go crazy.
Righteous.
So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out Daltamos Gaming. We will see you guys in another 2 weeks. In the meantime, check out the YouTube page. Look for highlight reels, a copy of this video, as well as other streams right here on the Facebook page. So,
All right.
all right, say bye, everybody.
Bye.
No, I said say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
There it is.
Everybody.
Well.